Isekai campaign and truck
What the hell's happening? Sorry.
That's a video, Eric. Now the whole world knows you stink.
Anyway, hello and welcome back to the Lustrian Expedition, everybody.
Stanky boy among us.
As is tradition, I will give a quick recap of what happened last time. So what happened last time? Well, our party finally made landfall in Lustria. They were about to head into the city of Freemaraz when they were stopped at the dock by the port authorities, who basically explained to them how the economy over in Lustria was faring in each of the nations. Gave a quick, brief explanation of the various trade deals between the nations, which was having an effect on the economy. And then they received their passports, which they were told they must keep on them at all times because it is illegal to go without your passport in Lustria. Those of Lithuanian and Federation descent, Mac Pepper and Dr. Brightstone, respectively, were also stamped on their passports to notify any Lithuanian or Federation authorities that they are in fact citizens from those lands, which they were told would probably have some benefits for them when it comes to trading and whatnot. They then went to the bounty board that was in Town Square to kind of get the lay of the land and see if there was any jobs that needed doing. And sure enough, there were. They decided to take on 2 jobs, one involving hunting down something called Hell's Hounds, which had been terrorizing terrorizing the roads in around Freemaraz, and then another job that involved a quote flying monstrosity unquote that had attacked a Federation supply caravan. They took on these jobs, and then they went shopping and got supplies. Also, Yarnak, Mac Pepper, and Loki went to Captain O'Hanrahan because he still had some pay left for him from their little voyage over. And while there, they met a interesting Loxodon by the name of Shashmiel, and Shashmiel gave them a little bit of info about Lustria. See, Shashmiel was a relatively well-known adventurer in Lustria. She had been basically all over Lustria and had gone further and deeper into the land than most. And she explained to them that while the coastal jobs can be kind of interesting from time to time, the real fun stuff in Lustria came from deeper into the island. Gathering their supplies together and getting ready to head out, we join our group as they are at the Western Gate, which is the road to New Tranquility. While you are standing at the Western Gate, you notice that there are, just outside the gate, there are a couple of guards just kind of standing around outside, and they appear to be polishing and sharpening their weapons. You see 4 guards, and they too look like they're about to set out from Freemaraz.
Sup, nerds?
Oh no.
You approach the guards and
No, my notebook.
say, "Sup, nerds."
He said
I
that.
thought
I didn't.
somebody else was going to say something. I didn't actually want to say that.
Well,
No.
then why'd you say it?
It's too late now.
Be
Okay,
careful what you say, man.
You gotta follow through now.
Yeah, well, I'm going with it.
Okay. One of the guards turns to you, and he walks forward up to you, and he... Oh, shit, I just closed the app. He looks like this. As soon as I can find my picture. Maybe.
Well,
If I could find my picture.
we're waiting.
Found it. He looks like this.
Bruh.
I don't like the eye holes.
Why not?
He approaches you
Weird.
and he says, "Are you a member of that group that took the Hellhounds contract?"
Maybe. What's it to
I
you?
nod, and I say, yes, sir.
He nods his head and he says, "I'm Captain Ishmael of the Federation Free Miraz Town Guard." Says, "I too have decided to make use of these hellhounds. You see, these 3 greenhorns behind me could use a good training session." And he points to the 3 guards behind him. And he says, "Do you care if we tag along with you?"
No,
The
no,
more
no,
the
no.
merrier.
Do you want any of the money?
Why'd you say it like that?
He shakes his head no. He says, "It's a common job around Free Miraz for guards to keep the roads clear of the damned hellhounds. And it's a good training session."
Well,
Yeah. We're
as
pretty
long
good
as
at
you don't want
combat,
any credit
so.
on my report, you can
No,
come
this
with us.
guy's writing a stupid book.
What? You can't read! Assistant.
How do you even know what a book
never
is if you
said
can't read
that.
it?
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I just didn't want to clarify what a little meant.
You clarified by answering, though.
He can't read, and I thumb over at him. Paw over.
You know?
Nice pause, fucking nerd.
I don't know if I have 4 or 5 digits on my hand.
If you could see his face, you assume he would be kind of looking at Loki with a mixture of awe and disgust.
Yeah.
We have the cart, right, for the other job?
Yeah, speaking of which, who's
believe Anatoly has
who's pulling the cart?
I vote Anatoly.
I begrudgingly hold up my
No,
hand.
I-
I say I got it.
I vote Dr. Bright.
I don't have the strength to pull the cart.
I don't care.
What is your problem, man?
You
While
bring
you are pulling this cart, Anatoly, your speed is going to be reduced by half.
Fantastic.
That's okay. If worst comes to worst, we'll switch off and become a beast of burden, and I'll horse you out of there.
We can just.
or I'll ride you into battle.
You're Goliath. That's not happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Alright, shall we set out?
Okay, let's
Yeah.
go.
The
Let's
captain,
get it.
the
Quick
captain,
Dr.
Right?
the captain nods his head and he says, "The last reported spotting was about 6 hours to the west of here."
6 hours.
He nods and he says, "From the reports, from the wounds that were inflicted upon the citizens that were traveling through, I guess we're dealing with at least 3 or 4, but worst case scenario, we could be dealing with a whole den of the beasts."
Define a den. Never met a hell's hound before.
Oh, they're similar to wolves. Just,
Right.
well, they can breathe fire.
Wait, hold on.
A den
What do you
of
mean they can breathe fire?
yes,
Nice fire, you heard him.
Yeah, what do you think he
What are you
means?
talking about?
yes, they're foul beasts. They, if you get them into a corner, they'll start hacking up some fire.
Oh,
Hack on them.
very nice. How dangerous are these animals?
He shrugs his shoulders a little bit and he says, "Well, like I said, we tend to use them for training for newer Federation guards. However, they have been known to take down a Federation guard in full armor if they strand
I'm sorry.
them. Oh yes.
So on a scale of 1 to 7, probably about somewhere 5, 6.
Why did you go from 1 to 7, assistant?
Wait. I meant 1. I was thinking 7. Oh, god damn it. I'm just not gonna talk anymore.
No, assistant cannot count.
Duly noted.
He
Cannot read or count.
he nods his head. He says they hunt in packs. There's an alpha, and the rest of the pack will be made up of either younger males or some females.
So if we take the alpha down, what happens?
It depends. If there's another young up-and-coming male, he could easily retake over the pack. However,
Nice.
they tend to start fighting amongst themselves if that were to happen.
Gotcha. So we got a
However,
plan.
the alpha tends to hang around in the den. They usually don't go hunting out on their own anymore.
Oh. Okay. Is there anything else we should know about these monsters?
Keep your wits about you. They might be hellhounds. You'd think they would make a lot of noise and whatnot, but they're not. They're quiet as can be. More than anything, I would rely on your ears and even your smell. You'll smell them before you see them.
What do they smell like?
They smell like burnt tufts of fur.
You had a bad sense
Ah.
of smell.
I have a lot of experience with that in the lab, and I kind of tug on my own skin.
Your fur.
Your fur.
I'm gonna.
There's a patch somewhere. I'm sure of it. It's just the skin part.
One day I'm gonna roll to steal your journal.
He looks over at
What?
you, Yarnak, and he says, You a ranger?
Yes, I'm a ranger.
Stick to the trees. They can't climb.
Ah,
Will do.
fucking nerds.
It's fantastic.
I can climb.
Says, any other questions?
They got any like? They shoot fire. They breathe fire kind of like a wyvern. They got any like immunities, magic immunities, or something like that?
He shrugs his shoulders and he says, I wouldn't know. Fine steel or a bullet from a flintlock is more than enough to bring
so we
one
can
down.
just smack them.
Yeah, well, how'd you... Never mind. Alright,
I don't smack things. I'm all good to go. You got any questions?
No.
No, I'm good.
Hellhounds smell bad. Okay.
That's so rude.
What else?
They tried their best.
If I were to be playing a playlist, would it be jungle music or forest music?
Son of man.
It'd be your boat playlist.
It would
Not
be,
on a boat.
some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
So just fortunate, son.
Just fortunate son the whole time.
Welcome to the jungle. Helicopter noises. No, I don't want. Actually, actually, my voice search on YouTube.
Helicopter.
Helicopter noises.
Captain Ishmael, you notice, is armed with a great sword, while the other three Federation guards, they have short swords and arquebuses.
Dope. Let's hit the dusty trail.
You've already seen... Oh no, here's how the rest of his guards look like, the other three.
These little bitches.
Fuck 'em.
What? Why is everyone so mean to these poor guys?
Dude, we're new here.
All I did was call them nerds.
That's rude.
What's your point?
No, it's a compliment.
You guys are really smart.
I
Alright,
point at
How do
Captain.
you guys want to be set up?
I point at Captain. I go,
road.
why do you got a mask?
Why don't you?
He
Good point.
looks over at you and he says, they tend to go for the face.
Why don't they have masks? Should I have a mask?
Shit,
Can they even
Sweet.
reach my face?
I can reach your face.
See, that's the way they hunt. They bring you down first, and then they tear into you, all of them at once.
No.
No. That's all you're gonna say is no.
getting
nod my
antsy. I
head,
wanna
but I'm
kill some
saying no.
Hellhounds.
What?
Shaking my
What
head up and
fucking
down.
communication is
And I'm
this?
saying no. Let's head out.
Yeah.
How are you all going to be arranged? Captain Ishmael and his 3 guards are taking the front.
I'll stay back for sure.
I'm back, but in front of Yarnak, but far
I
as
probably
back as
should be in the
possible.
middle since I'm carrying the fucking wagon.
Sounds-
I'll be directly
Good.
behind the guardsmen. And
I want to be
in
on the
front-
wagon.
In front of.
No,
I'm
and-
you
kidding.
can pull the wagon yourself.
How
kidding.
large is this? How wide is the road?
It's about a normal sized road currently. It's about
Well,
10
somebody
feet
should be
across.
behind the wagon.
Alright.
Me and Ricardo.
I
are.
am,
Or
yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
I'm behind it. Yeah.
The Captain Ishmael is walking in front of his 3 guards, and the 3 guards are arranged in a horizontal line behind him.
Yeah, I'll be behind the greenhorns. The little
Alright.
youngsters.
I'm gonna be just a little in front of Zach.
Just a little bit.
Kind of in
I
the
guess
middle
if you
of the
need to
guards
know,
in
I'd
that
say
wagon.
I'd be like somewhere between 5 to 10 feet behind Ricardo. Like a decent ways back.
Alright.
Just on the off chance one of these things just fucking attacks me and I have no one to save me. Maybe my guy will die.
Do you know how far out the people were when they were attacked on the road? I'm asking this to the Ishmael.
He nods his head and he says, well, they were in the middle of the woods that start to encroach, as you'll see as we are traveling along the road here. So I'm not surprised. That's where the Hellhounds tend to den. Ever since Free Miraz has been set up, we've been pushing the woods back slowly and slowly over time, but the further and further you push into it, the more and more it seems to agitate the damn beasts.
Sounds good. Alrighty.
Because our last report came, the report came in this morning, and it was about 6 hours beforehand, which would have been in the middle of the night. However, they tend to range far. They a single den can cover many square miles in terms of what it considers its territory.
Do they glow?
Why did they go?
He
They're
shakes
fire.
he shakes his head. He says, "No, they're black as night."
Oh, great. It's dark out here.
Wait, it's dark?
It'll be dark in a forest.
It'll be daytime.
Wait, we have
Oh,
we have
fuck.
dark vision. It's fine.
Good
Up to 60
point.
feet.
Yeet.
Yeah. Well, hey, where's your dark vision, Eric?
I have dark vision. I'm a half.
Oh,
No,
wait, you're half
Augie's the
elf.
only one that doesn't have
I'm the
Augie.
only one that
I
does
don't
not
think
have dark
does
vision because I'm a
do-
human.
Man, I can just never remember Zach's race. I keep wanting to call him Colossus.
He's a Goliath.
He's a Goliath,
Jesus.
yeah.
Does Goliath have dark vision?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so Augie and Zach can't
Okay, there's
see
two.
far.
Alright.
I mean,
half
I have
elves.
astoundingly good perception, so at the very
he'll
least,
sense them.
I can still see shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember
speaking
the
of
last
which,
time we needed you to do that?
You know what? I should write this down before we actually
Everyone's
start.
gonna
You want our
Yeah,
passive perceptions,
I
don't you?
do
Everyone's
want
gotta bring that up.
I do want your passive perceptions.
11 for Mac
Okay.
Pepper.
14.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Passive perception?
Yep, it's gonna be right below your skills and
That's not very good.
Is it an 8?
It's a 9.
Jeez.
Where do I find this?
11 for
Oh,
Mac
wait.
Pepper.
It's not
right
your
above
character
tools
sheet.
and proficiencies,
mine.
but below skills.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when you ask for it, since I know you're probably not.
Oh,
It'll say passive wisdom and
what
then
was-
in parentheses
What was yours,
perception.
Zach?
9,
All your skills.
brother.
9. Alright. Jacob?
14.
14. And Yarnak.
16,
Sweet.
bitch.
Passive perception is just like if you'll notice something out of the ordinary just without
Yeah.
having to make a perception check.
Right. Okay.
Alright, perfect.
Jesus, Zach, you are not the smartest Goliath.
I told you.
He's
That's
a
my
broad.
one flaw, not the brightest.
It's
I'm not
okay.
strong at all, so like.
We dumb people
Whatever.
have to stick together, Zach.
No. I may be not super smart, but I at least have some common sense.
Hey, I'm only -4 intelligence.
Only -4, huh?
You're a cleric who thought he was studying, like, to be a paladin or some shit, like...
Oops, I went to the wrong school.
Oh fuck.
Wait a
It's like that
second.
tweet, like, oh fuck, I did college wrong, can I start over?
Wait, I'm a cleric? I wanted to be an archer.
You set out from Free Miraz, following the road west. You have about an hour, or you're told by Ishmael that you have about an hour of traveling through some farmland before you'll hit the woods. Is there anything you all want to talk about to anybody in the group before this?
I pointed at the 3 little boy guards.
Mm-hmm.
Little boy guards.
I go, hey, gentlemen, what's your story?
They all kind of look around at you and they introduce themselves one by one. This is the one furthest on the left, and the one who looks to be youngest of the group. He says, "I'm Private Marquis, sir." And then the next one in the line, he looks almost as young as that one, except he's desperately trying to grow some stubble on his face. He says, "I'm Private Strauss." And the third one, the oldest of the 3, he says, "And I'm Corporal Harrison."
What made you
Call
all
me
guys
sir.
want to...
Was it Marquis?
Usual.
Yes, Private Marquis.
Please, Private Marquis. Sir is my father. I'm doctor.
He nods his head. He kind of stiffens up a little bit. He says, "Oh, I apologize, Doctor."
What's the corporal's name?
Harrison.
Harrison.
What made you dudes want to join the military?
I joined the Corps straight on my life, sir. The Corps.
Marquis and Strauss both shrugged their shoulders, and they said, "Well, we've been best friends since we were kids, and it's steady pay here in Free Miraz. Safer than being a farmer."
Oh.
What? What do you mean it's safer than being a farmer?
Well, I mean,
Farmers
isn't
get
food,
stabbed a
farmers
lot.
Yeah. What? Wait, what?
Wait. No. You both said different things.
Why are you so shocked that a farmer is steady pay in this?
No, not the pay. The safer.
Yeah, that was, you know, a little weird, but...
And, well, the farmers around here, they're outside the walls, and we try to keep the roads patrolled, but Lustria is a dangerous place. It's not unheard of for some manner of creature to break into a farmhouse at night and run off with some poor sod in the middle of the night.
That
Is
is
there-
terrifying.
Is
Thank
there
you.
bandit trouble here in Numeraz at all? Or
He-
Numeraz? Excuse me.
He shakes his head and says, "Oh, no. Well, we don't really have very many bandits around these parts. Free Miraz is a little bit more well developed than the other colonies. If you really want to know, or from what I've heard, is around the Caradon lands is where bandits have been sprinting up here and there.
Of course.
It's why they sent that peacekeeping force, apparently, you see."
Okay. You got any more questions for the everyone? Actually, no. I want to ask the captain what his deal is. Why'd you join the Corps?
Straight
The
on
core?
closer.
Captain Ishmael looks back at you, and he just kind of shrugs his shoulders, and he says, "Well, I was captain of a town watch, a small little village back in the old world, and just seemed to be natural. Pays a little bit better over here." Says, "Originally I was just going to be on deployment, but they offered me a full position there, so I took it."
Okay. You liked your job?
Dr. Breakstones.
He shrugs his shoulders, says, "The pay's good, and I get to stretch my legs like this from time to time. It's not too bad."
You ever think about being an adventurer?
He shakes his head no, and he says, "I've seen too many of you damn fools go out into the woods and never come back. I'll stick to free Miraz, thank you very much."
Fair. He's got a good point.
Says, "I'll stick to free Miraz, thank you very much."
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, Captain.
You're awfully friendly for being a dick, Dr. Stone.
And I salute him.
He shrugs his shoulders and...
I should have said that sarcastically, but I don't have...
He shrugs his shoulders and he turns his helmeted head back forward, keeping an eye out as they're walking forward. Anybody else got anything?
I gotta make small talk of them here till they die.
Right.
Come on, man.
Wow, that's one way to go about it.
They're not gonna die.
That's what you think.
It's
Hey,
easy.
Captain.
It's gonna be easy. No one's gonna die here.
He
Captain.
looks back at you again.
If you or your men die,
No one's
Right.
dying.
You're really just about to ask him this.
can I...
No.
No.
I put my hand over his mouth.
I put
I
my
say,
hand
do
over
not-
Eric's hand.
I say, do not finich this sentence. No
I
one
bite
is
his
going to
hands
die.
with my teeth, my canine teeth, because I'm a cat.
You're Are you biting him?
Are you with the fucking damage, Eric?
No, not in the damage. Actually, no, I'll bite him non-lethally.
Okay, dude.
Roll me an attack roll.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I am. You don't have to roll me an attack roll.
Alright, that's it.
1d4 piercing
We're
damage.
biting out of combat.
D4 piercing damage for your bite.
My claws do damage, but I'm not doing that. Can I have their bodies?
He shakes his head and he says, "Should anyone fall here, we'll be bringing their bodies back." They do have insurance back in. Or they do have insurance for the guards. For the guards.
You guys have health insurance?
He nods his head and he says, "Good guards are hard to come by here in Lustria."
Oh, this is way
Wait,
better
they
than the
can just be
Federation.
revived, dumbass. Why would you get them?
I didn't think
I
they could
said
afford to be
Ricardo.
revived.
What? You just
I
assume
speak up
everybody's
and
poor?
ask if they're
Yeah, I
unionized.
assume everyone's poor. I'm a doctor.
Are they in a union?
Bro, are you unionized?
He turns his helmeted head towards you and he just kind of shakes his head. He says, "We're employed under the Federation government."
You guys
So
should
not
think
unionized.
about. You guys should think
You
about
guys are thinking about
unionizing.
joining a union.
Or joining a guild.
He shrugs and he says, "We're lucky enough to get the insurance. It's rather pricey outside of the guards, so I'm not going to try to push my luck with that."
How would you like to make your own health insurance like me?
I don't know if that's how it works.
Ricardo,
Except
we're
don't
getting
join the
real
artificers.
close.
That's rude.
Real close to what?
I'm gonna take that fucking journal.
Dude, no.
You can't even read it.
You can't
Doesn't
read my
matter.
journal.
I can take it and then it's gonna be lost.
What?
Wink.
I'm just gonna take it and just put my gun up to it and just fire.
Bold you to assume I don't have a journal and
Board.
goddamn triplicate.
Does anybody
journal's like
else
an ender
have
chest.
any questions for the guards or would like to make small
No,
talk with
let's-
each other?
Let's get moving.
No, let's make small talk with the character.
No.
Okay, let's go then.
We've been going. What do you mean?
You
Yeah, we're
continue
walking.
traveling down the road. As you're going along in this first hour, you're passing by farmlands. Every now and then, you'll pass by another house with some grazing cattle, a farmer here and there. But other than that, you really don't see anything interesting. The road that you're traveling on is actually pretty well maintained, and occasionally you'll pass by another group of guards who will quickly salute Captain Ishmael as they walk past and then continue on their way back to Free Miraz. After about an hour, off in the distance and closing fast, you see a sudden shift. it's almost as if the developed land just ends out of line, and behind it, you see this.
I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
Are you doing dishes, Ricardo?
No, I'm eating.
I see trees.
A great forest, with the trees stretching between 20 to 40 feet into the air.
That's a spooky forest.
Just dominates the horizon. And Captain Ishmael turns back and he says, "All right, from here on out, keep your heads on a swivel, your eyes and your ears open."
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
And you notice that with a little bit of hesitation, the Marquis, Strauss, and Harrison, they pull the hammers back on their arquebuses. They're loading their weapons, getting ready to travel into these in the forest here.
Mac, you should probably do that too.
Mine's always loaded. What do you mean?
Okay.
Got it at the hip.
I'm just making sure.
It's gonna be fine.
What if it's not, though?
What's gonna be fine?
Narrator, it wasn't.
What the hell?
We're gonna roll in here and fucking just
There
get
are fucking.
shot.
How many of us? Fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. Plus,
Oh!
what?
As you are traveling towards
Wait,
the
hold on.
woods...
Oh no.
Did I miss something?
Wait.
No, I just made a roll.
No, don't make hidden rolls, you coward. Show me your dice.
Show me your dice.
Oh my. This is about to get fun.
No.
I swear to God, if it's a weather roll, I'm shooting you and your family.
As you are traveling and you are about to hit the woods, as soon as you enter the woods, you look up and the sky
No.
just turns. And you
Bright
hear...
yellow sun. That's what we hear.
You hear Ishmael say, "Shit," underneath his breath.
Oh my god.
The sky now looks like this.
God damn it.
Oh yeah.
That was very pretty.
Oh yeah.
That's yeah, I like that.
No.
Yeah, what? Yeah, it looks real pretty, guys. It's just fucking dark with lightning and fucking just menacing clouds.
Get that fucking shit out of the D&D chat.
That looks so pretty.
What's
Cap.
What's gonna happen? Am I
Guys,
gonna
no
get
cap,
struck
dude.
by
All I
lightning?
hear in this party is Cap.
I can hear Ishmael, and I say, "Well, rain had never hurt anybody."
He
problem here?
He shakes his head no, and he says, "This is an omen."
What?
I love omens.
What do you mean an omen?
And you notice that the other three guards, Marquis, Strauss, and Harrison, they look very uncomfortable right now. They're kind of shifting in their boots, and they're looking
shitting.
around a lot more intensely than they were before.
What's
And
the problem, gentlemen?
Ishmael looks at you and he says, whatever you do, do not leave the road. I don't care what you see or you hear off the side of the road. You do not leave this road."
What?
Okay.
What's the problem?
What if I had to go into the trees?
What if I have to
I
pee?
kind of want to stray off the road now.
He looks at you,
What
Yarn.
if I have to pee?
He looks at you, Yarnak, and he says, "Keep us always within sight if you have to go into the trees."
You
Are
got
there
it.
like fucking sirens here? Or?
What's happening?
Woosah.
And he says, well, you ask what's happening, and he says, "You wouldn't even believe me if I tried to explain it. You'll see soon enough." And he
It's
says,
sirens.
from here on out, we should move. We should move much faster than we have been before. We need to get out of here as soon as we can.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay. I probably would believe you. But I guess I'll take your word for it, as long as you explain later.
I turn over my shoulder and I say, "You, Dr. Brightstone, you a scaredy cat?"
I will roll for claw damage.
If you call Eric, I'm stealing that book.
Bet.
Dude, why do you want the book so bad?
No, because then if he loses it, he loses his research.
No, are you implying that I don't have a
Is that
magical
all you
book?
care about? You're the worst assistant ever.
It's true.
Hey, I'm not even on the fucking...
What?
I'm
What,
mad.
dude?
I don't want to be assistant anymore.
You got demoted for saying weird stuff.
Oh,
I
hey,
didn't say
Patrick.
weird shit at
Yeah.
all.
This is considered a forest, correct?
It is.
Okay.
Favorite terrain.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's my natural explorer as a ranger, so that is like a favorite terrain. For me.
change
I don't know
my
if that gives
playlist
you a bonus or anything. I just figured I'd throw
Storm
that out there.
music.
I think it gives you a bonus on like perception checks and whatnot.
Okay.
So like,
just keep that in mind because
Yeah.
that's my preferred terrain.
although things are gonna get interesting now.
Yeah, although it doesn't fucking rain,
Or is it just the
fucking
sky's
acid
weird?
rain on us, and everyone's like, "The sky looks so pretty."
It's a good thing you asked.
Uh-oh.
As you are traveling in the forest and as the sky turns, you hear what sounds like a raging thunderstorm above you. You hear thunder. You hear the sound of rain just smashing through the trees here. But you feel none of it.
What the?
Hey, Captain.
I stick out my hand, waiting for a droplet to hit it.
Can you explain to me why there's thunder and lightning and no rain? This is how
He-
things work in Lustria.
He nods his head and he says it's a damn Lustrian storm.
What?
The fuck is a Lustrian storm?
Oh shit!
He shakes his head. He says, I can't tell you. All I know is do not leave the road.
Okay. I'm. Mac Pepper's trying to stay positive.
Eric, don't leave the road. Or
I'm
Matt
not gonna
Pepper,
leave the
don't
road.
Mac,
I'm
don't.
gonna follow his orders. Why would I leave the road? He's got far more experience in Lustria than me.
Fair.
4, 5, 9. Okay.
Excuse me?
I got my
5 and
mountain
a 9.
storm music going, or storm sounds on my YouTube right now. That's very
Chill
calming.
rain beats to relax to.
Hey, Yarnak, you want to make me a wisdom saving throw real quick? DC 15.
Okay, so this is. Let's see. So what? So is this still D20?
D20 plus whatever your wisdom
Oh,
modifier
I see.
is.
You're in the back. You're number 5.
My wisdom modifier is 4. This is your chance, Yarnak. You can redeem yourself here, buddy.
Nat one.
Nice perception, man.
As you are traveling along the road, Yarnak, you hear a loud, piercing woman's scream come from the right side of the road. It sounds close.
Captain? Did you hear that, or was that just me?
He looks back at you, and he just shakes his head. He says, I didn't hear a thing.
Oh my god.
He's lying.
Well, Captain, over to the right, I just heard a very
With his
loud...
head in his hand, and he starts crying.
Oh god,
Matt
he's
Pepper's
finally
had
lost it. 2 sessions in.
Um,
Or 3, excuse me.
Okay, let's just put it this way. I'll relay that information to the captain that I just heard that scream. And to everybody in the party, I guess.
I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together and say, don't leave the road, Yarnak. Listen to the captain. Do not go after that sound, and everything's
think
gonna
Yarnak's
be
going
just
crazy.
fine.
he's going crazy. Let's strap him to the wagon.
I'm not
If
crazy.
you so much as touch me, I'm going to the trees.
Bro.
Captain, is now a time that I would go and stick to the trees?
He shakes his head. He says, no matter what you see or hear, do not leave this road.
I'll put my trust in you, Captain.
At least
Oh,
someone.
man.
So-
Oh boy.
Dude!
Am I about to fucking
I want
die?
to clarify something. We're all still going down the road, correct?
Yes, this is all
Okay.
happening.
I want to make sure we didn't stop or anything.
No. This is fun.
We're all gonna die and all of our fucking
Where
brothers
is
and sisters are gonna come in now.
Orvin Pepper is raised from the grave. Where's my son?
Grabs the captain by his coat. Where's my son? What'd you do to my son?
Uh-oh. Let's see how this goes. As you're walking down the road, suddenly, Captain Ishmael at the front pulls out his greatsword, and he shouts back to you all, "Get down! Get down!"
I get down.
I guess I get down.
I'm going prone, brother.
I'm grooving.
Enemy AC-130 inbound!
AC-130 above.
And he points to the right side off of the road, and he shouts, "Did you see that?"
Are you going crazy
see what?
too?
I don't. Can I make a perception check to see if there's like
To see if I saw it.
anything off to the right that might have moved or
Yeah.
like shifted or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can we make perception checks?
Who wants to make a perception check?
I'll make one.
Shit, I will.
All right,
I'll
you
make
two.
one.
All right, you three.
Let's see, my perception is
That's a
6.
D100. Let's not do that one. All right, I didn't see shit.
Nice, dude. You didn't see fucking anything.
Why don't
Okay.
Wait, we're
Let's go, dude. Fucking nice.
Wait, my perception's 4, so I'd roll D20
I don't think we
plus-
need one, but you can roll anyways.
I want
I
to
mean,
roll!
Go ahead, even though I just got a fucking 20 plus 6.
All right,
I
sweet.
guess.
Each of you want to make me a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Oh, God.
Oh, everyone?
The three
I
of
think
you.
it just means the people that did a perception check.
Ah.
Wisdom saving
okay.
throw.
What is this unseen horror?
Good thing I didn't check.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Nice.
Yarnak and Loki. Yarnak, you don't see anything off to the right.
Bruh.
Loki, you don't either. Mac Pepper, when you follow Captain Ishmael's arm, you see a great growling beast off to the right that looks like this, staring at you.
Oh my god.
Go bite it.
How,
it's my
how
paralysis
far away
demon.
is this beast?
It
or-
looks to be
can I see it?
about 100 feet off to the right side of the road.
Okay. I'm whispering to the captain. I'm saying, yeah, I see it. And
He-
I hover my hand above my my flintlock.
The captain looks at, or turns to you and says, "Yes, yes, boy, you see it, you see it." And then he turns and he says, "Harrison, get Marquis and Strauss. We're going for it."
No. Hey, whoa.
Hey,
hey,
hold on. No, hey, whoa, man. Hey.
I don't think it's real.
you said to
You
stay on
said
the road.
we stay to the road.
He looks at you and says, "Damn it, that's an alpha. We're being tracked, boy. We got to bring it down."
No, we stay to the road.
How are you
What's
gonna break
this
your own
talk
rules?
about staying on the road, but now you want to leave?
We gotta stay on the road.
I don't think it's real.
It's an alpha.
If we go into the woods, it's gonna split us up.
I mean, it's an alpha though.
No.
But he said the alphas don't
captain
leave
initially
to hunt
said-
typically.
Yeah.
Whatever happens,
The
whatever
captain's
we
also
see,
telling us
stick to the
do
road.
this.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's real.
I can see it. How is it not real?
Only you can
Eric,
see
you
it.
you rolled lowest too. Think about that.
That's metagaming.
No metagaming
Okay.
here.
Oh, I'm
Bugsy.
sorry.
He's role playing right now.
We
Oh,
don't
you
go.
rolled low.
So no one else but me and the
Mac,
captain
I
can
don't
see
believe
this.
it. I don't believe it's there.
I
don't
look
see
back
this,
and I don't
staring
see
at
shit.
us.
Harrison leans in. He says, "Sir, what are you talking about?" And the captain
Look at
says,
that! Look at that!
"Damn it, man! It's right there. It's staring right at us."
You said don't
Alright.
leave the road. We're not leaving the road, Captain.
You know what? Strap him to the wagon.
No.
Okay, no, let's not touch the captain. But we're
He's
staying on this
crazy.
road, and we're going forward.
I mean, we want to get out
I-
of this. I do air quotation storm. I put my hand out and there's no fucking water hitting it. As fast as possible, correct? We can end this right now and head back if we just go after that alpha.
No. Don't think about this. Think about what the captain said. If the alphas don't come out, and they're out, and the storm happened, it's all connected. There's no way it's not connected.
And you two are the only two who can see it. Did they have some cloaking
I can't
power
go
we
after
didn't
something
know
I
of?
can't see.
The captain turns to you, Mac Pepper, and he says, "Damn it, boy! Let's just me and you go. We can take it down, the both of us."
No.
Well, stay true to your values, Mac Pepper. You better go get it.
No. We stay on the road, Captain. There's strength in numbers and science.
How about we do this, Captain? Can we draw it towards the road with us? Can we draw it in?
He
Let me get this straight.
Stops
You
him.
two want to make a bunch of noise at the thing you're seeing in the woods that no one else can see.
That way we can stay on the road and get this alpha.
he starts to nod his head a little bit, and he says, "Yes. Your flintlock. Shoot it."
I draw my flintlock and I take aim. How far away is it?
About 100
I don't
feet.
think this is the best
Whoa,
idea.
whoa.
It's about
Mac
100
Pepper.
feet.
I gotta look
Take
at my
consideration of how
flintlock.
loud this will be, and if any of these things that we can't see are in the area and you shoot, they're gonna come right over here along with us.
Oh shit, I'll be at a disadvantage with that. It's out of range.
Oh,
The captain says, "Just do it, boy. You don't even have to hit it. If you can get it over here, though, we can. They'll all see. We can bring it down."
I vote we all just run.
Start booking it.
The
Captain,
direction
if
we were
he
going.
fires this pistol in the middle of this forest, everything in the vicinity is gonna come after us.
The whole goddamn con is gonna know where we are.
You can attempt to roll a persuasion check for both of
Oh
them.
fuck.
Both
Wait,
of them?
That's D20, right?
Yes.
Well, here goes nothing. Alright, that's
All
not
right.
bad.
Ooh.
What the?
I'm a good charisma.
What are you saying to them,
Charismatic.
Loki?
I vote we just keep moving. I think it's not real. It can't be coincidence that you two are the only two who can see it.
You're convinced. Mac Pepper. You look forward once again.
I holster my flintlock.
You look forward
I
once
just kinda shake
again,
my head.
and you shake your head, and when you reopen your eyes, you see a knocked over tree log off to the right side of the road. And Ishmael, his
This
hand,
would be where I saw the alpha standing.
yes.
Okay.
And Ishmael, he looks at you, and then he kind of shakes his head too, and he looks, and his hand trembling, he reholsters his greatsword.
I
And
may be dumb, but I'm charismatic.
It's charismatic. You can't even say it right.
And
Idiot savant.
he
Oh,
looks
man.
he looks back and he says, let's just keep moving. And he begins to walk forward again.
Fair enough.
Should we get like in a tighter group so there's less space between us at all, or?
Nope.
No, let's stay in formation.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Dude, come on.
Oh, shit. You begin walking forward again. About another hour passes, and all of you now start feeling really uneasy. You feel like you're being watched. Shadows move out of the corner of your eye, but when you look to see, you don't see anything. The thunderstorm still rages overhead, and you can still hear the sound of rain, and yet you still feel nothing. About another hour passes. Yarnak, make me another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine. You don't hear or see anything. About another hour passes, and the captain holds up his hand again, and he motions forward, and he says, Yarnak, there's some tracks up here.
Okay, is this up front that he saw these?
Yeah.
I'll motion to the front and inspect the tracks.
Roll me a nature check.
Wait. Oh wait, never mind. Okay. Continue on.
Crouching down low, you look at the tracks and whatnot in the dirt, and you notice that it's a four-limbed creature, a little bit on the heavier side. As you're kind of inspecting the tracks, however, you pull out a small tuft of black fur. There's blood on it.
But, huh?
I guess I'll relay the information to the captain and show him the fur.
He looks it over, and he hands it back to you. It says Hellhound fur. And he's looking around, and he says, that blood, though, I think it's human.
Do cats sweat?
I think they do through their paws, don't they?
You notice as well, Yarnak, that the tracks seem to lead further up the road quite a bit of ways, and they're pretty easy to make out.
Okay. Trying to think of what I could do here in this situation. I guess if I haven't already, I'll tell the captain that the tracks just lead up the road a good ways.
He nods his head, and he says, will you take lead? Can you follow them?
Yeah, I'll take lead.
He turns to the rest of you, and he says, I think we're getting close. Have your blades at the ready.
Blades?
Blades?
Yeah.
See, I'm a ranger.
Blades, guns, whatever, your weapons.
Okay.
I pull out my mace and shield.
Because
Roll
I do
my
have
eyes and
short
say, does it
swords,
look
but-
like I can get my weapons ready?
That's got
Just use the wagon as a. Use the
Use
wagon
the wagon
as
as
a
my weapon.
Just
How
start
much does that hit
swinging a
for?
big cart.
The cart, you could make a strength check to throw it, and then...
Please don't
Please
throw
do
the
not
cart.
throw the cart that we need to deliver things back.
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Bro.
Could I use it to steamroll enemies?
Choo choo.
Roll-a-da.
You know, honestly,
I
we
draw
could
my
probably...
rapier, and I guess in my other hand I'll have my flintlock.
I
All
could
right.
what?
You could definitely use it as an improvised weapon, yeah.
Does that be just a D4?
But
no,
don't do that.
considering how big it is, it would be a D10, and then I'd have to roll to see if you break it.
Okay.
I'll turn to the captain. Captain, I am much more useful with my bow, so although I'm taking points, if we encounter anything, it'd be best for me to stand back and do my magic from the distance.
He nods his head, and he says, that makes sense to me. Just, if you notice anything about the tracks, if you can notice how many of them there are, whatever, the more we know, the better.
Sounds good.
That one incoming.
That one perception coming through right now.
You continue down the road with Yarnak leading, following the tracks. About 15 minutes pass. Yarnak, you are looking at the tracks and you notice they start to veer off to the right again. And then you notice that there's about 6 different pairs of tracks.
Hot.
Bruh. Brew.
Brew.
Captain, the tracks have kind of veered out to the right here and separated into about 6 different sets of tracks.
He stops and he nods his head and he says, I don't like the thought of this, but I think they're close. Maybe if we just go a little bit out into the woods, we might be able to find them.
No.
Well, Captain, you initially told us to stick to the road.
I damn well know that.
How am I supposed to take a wagon into the woods?
Good point.
Can we draw them out?
I
I want to do some bang
suppose
bang.
we could try to make some noise, but
Anybody got any pots and pans?
I ain't get no sleep because of y'all.
Shut up, you idiots.
See, because I feel like the gun is too loud.
How about this? I can deploy my alarm behind us, and we just continue to move forward, and if that gets triggered, we'll know.
You have an alarm?
I
Yeah.
sure do.
He's a
It's one of my
ranger.
skills.
I didn't know that was a thing. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I'm on board with that.
okay, do it. Do it. Ishmael says to you.
Okay, now I gotta remember how to do my
I don't
alarm.
think I will.
No, I don't think I will.
That's speak with animals, silly boy.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
didn't
hard
say
to
that,
touch
that
the
was
little
fucking-
tiny spells in this thing on a phone. I got zoom in. Hold on. Yeah.
There.
Alarm.
There's the details of my alarm.
Your alarm's in my way. No. Okay.
I suppose I have to pick a spot, so
Oh, it's a magic thing. I thought it was like an item or some shit.
I'll set this
Fucking fire
alarm
going on.
right around where those tracks begin to separate. Just a
Okay.
little bit off the road.
Wait, I might have an idea.
Do you want it to be the mental or the audible alarm?
I'll do mental.
All right.
You said you had an idea, Loki?
Maybe.
What's your idea?
Because I can do invoke duplicity and because I can. The illusion appears in an unoccupied space that you can see within 30 feet of you.
Oh, you have minor illusion.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
Is that a cantrip?
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I should also probably clarify
wait, is it a
that
cantrip?
nobody in the party can set off this alarm.
Okay.
No, I
That's
have
part
to.
of it.
I have to actually.
That's a
It's
spell
a
slot?
spell. Yeah.
Oh, it must be more powerful then.
You
Pretty powerful.
take a couple minutes, Yarnak. You kind of crouch down by the tracks. You make a small design using some twigs, some leaves, some other brush from the woods. You burn one of the leaves. You set it in the middle, and you see a small ritual circle appear, and then it dissipates, and you know your alarm is set.
Okay.
Press on.
Basically, yeah, my thought would have been to send like a duplicate or spawn a duplicate there and see if they attacked it.
Oh, like a tricks. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you feel when they
Ring the Dinkster?
like?
Oh,
do you-
no. Well, it would have to be 30 feet, so I'd have to be able to see it.
Oh
okay.
no, we're gonna have to keep walking.
Yeah. I didn't.
Let's
How
keep going.
are you all going to be walking? Are we going low and
My
slow, normal
rain
pace? We running? What are we doing?
I'd say normal pace.
Let's go
I'll
normal
stay,
pace.
since I'm on point, normal pace.
We're only we're only as fast as how fast Anatoly can move the cart. So.
Yeah.
I should also clarify that I'll have my short swords drawn right now until further notice.
You start walking up the road yet again. The woods are all encompassing, and the storm up above head doesn't seem to be abating or breaking. It still sounds like you're in the middle of a huge thunderstorm, and yet
Let's go.
no rain, or
Huge.
no rain can be felt.
It's used for insomnia, I guess. That was the
Oh,
thing that popped up at the beginning of the.
Dude, you've gotten back-to-back 8s.
What is that, Eric?
Oh, you're
What's
good.
it called?
Mountain rain with thunderstorm
I did not
sleep
mean to roll
sounds.
that second one.
Okay.
You hear Ishmael say,
Try that tonight.
I keep hearing and seeing damn things, and they ain't real. He shakes his head and says, keep going.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes pass when Yarnak, you hear a loud twig snap go off inside your head.
Oh,
your,
shit.
your alarm's been tripped.
Captain,
Oh,
my
shit.
alarm just got tripped.
Bruh, moment.
That was behind us.
That was
Right?
behind... My alarm got tripped back where we saw those tracks veer off
Right, okay.
to the 6. So there's something behind us.
He looks at you and he nods his head and he says, all right, we should fan out horizontal line alongside the road here and wait.
We're just gonna wait.
He nods his head and he says, we're being tracked.
Oh, good thing we got one of those.
Best not delay the inevitable. And I do a little flip with my gun. I'm ready to fucking go.
Behind us, right? It went off behind us.
It was
Yes.
behind us back where we saw those tracks veer off into the 6 separate ones.
Okay, here's what I'm
That's where I
gonna do.
set my alarm. So they're within, what, 20 feet of that?
Back where you set your alarm,
Yes, within 20 feet of that alarm is where it would be tripped.
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire. So each object in a
How far
20-foot
away have we
cube.
moved since the alarm?
Yeah, how far away are we?
About you move. It's been about 10 minutes, so it's still a bit of a ways behind you.
Range is 60 feet. I'm gonna put it where the alarm was, or a little bit ahead of the alarm.
I don't think we took 10 minutes to move 60 feet, Ricardo.
You sure? How far do you think we are?
More than 60 feet?
You have
How about
time.
at a
You
normal
have
pace?
you feel like you probably have some time to get yourself set up.
Okay, everyone ready up. I'm gonna put Fairy Fire 20
Can I let
feet in
go
front
of
of
the
us.
cart?
You can go in the cart if you want.
No, can I let go of the
Oh
cart?
yes,
Yeah,
you can.
I-
Yes.
I'm gonna put Fairy Fire.
Totally in the car.
I'm gonna put it about 20 feet from our current location.
Okay.
Each object in a 20-foot cube within the range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light of my choice. I'm gonna say violet. It's gonna be outlined in violet.
Okay.
Each object and
in
any
the forest is about to smack you.
creature.
You have time. How far away do you want to set this?
20 feet behind us.
So 20 feet behind you guys. Okay.
Is it a
Yeah.
concentration spell?
No, it's an invocation casting time of one action. Any creature in the area when the spell's cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dex throw.
Okay.
And so for one,
I'm about to roll for every bird in the forest.
for the duration, objects and effective creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack against the affected creature or object has advantage if we can see it, and the affected creature or object can benefit from being invisible.
All right.
Patrick
You-
rolls 999 d20s.
Every
And that
bird in the
one
forest is lit up.
Is a first level, so I have one slot gone now, I think.
You guys want to set up anywhere in particular? Set up in any way in particular?
I say we
Go ahead.
do. How many of those? 8? There's 8 of us, right?
Yes,
do a
8.
circle.
9. There's 9 total.
9 of us.
Yes.
So we could do. Let's do a little box formation.
That'll work. There's a 20-foot cube. There's a 20-foot cube back where we came from.
Okay, but I'm going up into a tree, so figure that out without
I'll
me.
go to the front of wherever
eight.
they're coming from.
All right.
Well, we don't
Let
know where
me
they're
in the
coming
middle
from.
part.
With my
We're sure the trap
sweet,
is set,
to
or
get
the
into
trap,
this tree.
or the
with
alarm
my
is set
sweet,
behind
sweet
us.
sword and shield equipped. Just
Are
to
you setting up in
clarify.
this square formation?
Who you asking? Oh,
I mean, we could.
Every-
That's my
Okay.
idea. That way we can
I
cover
will
all
not be a
angles.
part of this formation.
Okay,
Well,
how many
I'm
of
for
us
sure
are
sending
there?
heads a whole
I'm for sure
bunch.
sending Yarnak
There,
up to
there
a
are
tree.
there are trees that kind of hug the side of the road that you could
Yeah,
definitely climb.
that's what I go up into.
All right.
Do I have
So
to dex
there's
that,
7
I'm
of us on the
There's-
ground, and Nagi's in the tree.
There's 2 20-foot trees. One on, or you see 2 trees that look that could.
8 of us on the ground.
You
Yeah,
see
so
2
we could do 2
trees
in each
that
direction.
could be very advantageous. They're both, one's on the left side of the road, one's on the right side. The one on the left side of the road is 20 feet high. The one on the right is 30 feet high.
I'll go into the 20-foot one.
On the left side of the road. All right. You find yourself a nice little branch perched up. You're about 20 feet off the ground right now. Kind of just
And of
keeping
course,
an eye
draw my
out.
bow.
Yep. Are you pitching this idea of the box formation to
Yeah, we do
Ishmael?
2 facing the back, 2 facing the left, 2 facing the front, and 2 facing the right.
Ishmael nods and he says, I think that's a good idea. And he goes alongside Anatoly and he says, I think me and the Goliath here could handle anything that comes this way.
Okay.
And you guys are facing the back? Behind
Yes.
us?
Yep, that would be
Where
the
the
east.
alarm was tripped, yeah.
Right.
That would be the
I
east
guess,
is where you're facing.
Right, okay. I guess I'll face the opposite direction.
So that would be the
I'll
west.
be on the west side. Yeah.
Yep. Who is does anybody want to
Uh,
join?
I'll be with Matt Pepper.
All
Let's
right.
go. My assistant.
My assistant.
Strauss and Marquis cock their arquebuses and they take a position facing the north.
Okay. Well, looks like I'm squad up with Harrison.
To the south. You crouch low, you draw your blades or your bows, your guns, and you sit and you wait. The storm rages overhead. Off in the distance, those of you that are looking off the side of the road, every now and then you see a strange light that kind of pops in and out. They look like this.
What?
I got an idea.
No. No.
I have a question. Is there any way right now that we could try and gather some information on what we're fighting, or is that just going to come to in terms of like when they actually fight us, or if they fight us?
I mean, you could probably ask the captain if he knows anything.
All right, I'm
Hey,
gonna ask the
Captain, what the hell are those wisps?
Captain, do you have any clue what these things are that we're passively seeing on the sides of the roads?
He looks up at you, and he looks up at you up in the tree, and he shouts up, "Soul eaters! Do not go near them!"
Soul
So
eaters.
I got a question too then.
Yeah.
If I casted Sacred Flame, say, on a tree,
The cantrip, Sacred Flame.
Oh, classic.
Know it well.
how much of the forest could I burn?
No.
I think
not
Sacred
trying to burn
Flame.
the
I think Sacred
forest.
Flame is a radiant damage. It's not fire damage.
It
Yeah,
is.
oh, it is
You
raging.
would
So
need
it's
like
not.
firebolt.
It's not. It's not a fireball that's like hitting a tree. It's like
Oh,
a
you're right.
beam
It's
of
like
holy light comes down and
God.
burns. Anyway, he
Unless
shouts.
the tree is
That's it.
zombified.
He shouts.
Don't start.
Yeah, it's a zombified tree. He shouts, "Soul Eaters, don't go near them. They get agitated in the storms."
Captain, by chance, do you know, are these aberrations?
He shrugs his shoulders. He doesn't seem to know.
Fuck. I say fuck under my breath.
Alright, roll a d20 for that.
D20 charisma.
D20 to swear.
Yeah.
I'm posted.
Posted.
Fools. Posted.
Out of character, they are not aberrations.
Okay.
Nice. Don't touch those jelly blobs.
Oh, out of character also, because I wanted to tell Ricardo this. They put the Metal Gear Solid HD collection on Xbox.
Bruh. Whack.
2 and 3.
A couple more
Yes.
minutes
I want
pass,
those.
and Yarnak, you finally see a shadow kind of crouching up the road, moving slow. It's dark, very dark.
Like in the middle of the road?
Mm-hmm.
Does it hit my cube?
It's just kind of slowly moving up the road. It's about 200. Yeah, from where Yarnak can tell, it's about 200 feet back from where you guys
What
came.
direction is this?
Down the road, back to the east.
Okay.
Okay.
The cube's to the east. It's a big glowing cube.
Captain, about 200 feet to the east of us, straight down the road, there's a shadowy figure kind of walking this way.
He shouts up, can you see it? Is it a beast? Is it on all fours? What can you see?
So I'm guessing I roll perception.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, the 20-foot cube of the forest to the east is just shedding dim light in 10 feet and a 10-foot radius around it because it's outlined.
You also roll a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, Yarnak. Boy!
Huge.
shaking the cobwebs shaking the cobwebs and the strange sights and noises that you hear out of your mind. You look and you see a black beast on all fours, hunched in the middle of the road. It looks like that picture I sent earlier.
Okay.
It's the real deal this time, boys.
Yarnak he didn't see that the first time, so I'm just gonna relay the information back to the captain.
He nods his head and he says, "They're coming, boys. Get ready."
Oh boy.
Hey, what the? You're up in the tree. You're like, wait a minute.
Stay posted, boys.
What's the range on your bow?
Posted.
Oh boy, I don't even know if I put that in.
It would be about a normal bow. I think it. What did they?
Those things are far.
Yeah, they are. Hold on.
Would it be crit range?
I'll look up a
Yeah, look it up
character
to be
sheet real
sure.
quick.
What, Eric?
I thought they were like 60 to like a couple hundred feet.
That's what I was gonna say. They're really far.
I was gonna say,
you
can I just post him now?
That just could
When
just be the longbow though.
when you're outside your
100
effective range, you
Okay,
get
so
disadvantage.
okay,
It's a
so
normal
you can shoot at something out to 600 feet at disadvantage. Once they're within 150 feet, you shoot at advantage, or not advantage,
Okay.
but you shoot normally.
So he's about 50 feet out until I can
Yeah.
shoot at advantage.
Yes. Well, not
Okay.
advantage, but you could shoot normally.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
just shoot normal.
Yeah. Yarnak, it'll be up to you for when you want to start this engagement.
Boy!
I'll notion back to the captain. Say, Captain, he's a
Posted.
little far out of my range that I'd ideally be able to take this engagement. But if you want me to go, I can. If you want me to shoot at this thing, just say the word.
He looks up to you. He looks up at you and he says, "Oh, excuse me. Oh my God." He looks up at you and he says, "Hold, lad. Wait till he's about 100 feet out."
Alright. I'll wait then.
Another minute passes, and the creature approaches to about within 100 feet.
Can The people facing that direction see it now?
Yes, Anatoly and the Captain Ishmael, you can both see this creature now.
Fuck yeah!
I mean, Captain said I should shoot at him, so I guess I'll take a shot here.
Let's go.
Let's see. It's a 2d. What was it? 6 plus 5.
Well, roll a d20 to see
Yeah,
if
you
you
gotta
hit
do
it.
an attack roll to see if it hits first.
Okay. Is that just? Whoops. Hold on.
It should be,
Your
Would it be my
dex.
d20 plus dex because it's a foe?
Dex and proficiency.
yeah, plus proficiency.
Yeah, so that's the thing that's next up for attack. So d20 plus 7. All right, I'm shooting.
Ooh!
Your arrow flies true,
Nice.
and you strike the creature. Roll damage.
So do 2d6 plus 5.
I'm gonna switch to Rain Battlestorm music.
Oh boy. You hear a loud yelp, and then the creature howls. And from the woods, all
moment.
around you in a
Bruh
big
moment.
circle, you hear
Post.
howling coming from the woods all around you.
Puppies.
Roll for initiative.
Iggy.
One.
1 second. Oh, there's
Yeah, smash it.
Hold on.
each fucking H.
I need to check
That's
something.
mine.
Uh,
Roll for initiative, you say.
I'll roll my initiative first before I check this. Hold on.
Hey, I rolled an 18.
Not bad, bro. Plus
19.
Low.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, dude.
God.
Ricardo, don't fuck this
Ricardo.
up, dude.
What's up?
Popping off.
you know what you have to do?
We're all popping off
we've
with initiative,
all rolled
dude.
super
Yeah.
fucking high for initiatives.
It's because I got the nat 20 to start.
The gods
You're
heard
gonna roll
us.
nat 1.
Hey, how long is it? My Fairy Fire lasts for a minute. I don't think it's been up for that long.
The gods heard us. that
It
we were
only
going to
lasts a
battle.
minute?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's gone.
Is
I was
it?
gonna say we waited a couple minutes for that thing
Yeah.
to get within
Okay.
range, so
I can cast it again if we need to. I don't think we will need to.
Roll initiative, bitch.
Well, here's Marquis, Harrison, and Strauss.
20.
That's a 4, a 7, and an 11. And Ishmael. Bring up his character sheet real quick. Great. Here. Oh, I could have just. Oh, he's ready.
my boy.
Nice.
All right,
I'm fine
Ricardo,
with-
it's just you, man.
And
I rolled
now,
my initiative. It's low.
You did?
Yeah.
What is it?
After Augie's, I
don't
think.
see it.
Unless it didn't come through.
No, you didn't,
I'll roll it
didn't
again.
come through.
What was it?
It was a 7.
Oh, you suck.
It
dude.
didn't
Holy
send? I
shit.
thought it sent.
Fuck you.
I didn't see it.
No, because
I-
mine's
Wait.
a straight row from when I
I did not
shot.
mean to. Whoops, my bad.
It's all 61.
That was my bad. I'm gonna take this. Okay,
I guess mine didn't show up. That's weird.
and one more.
Well, just note that
Cool.
Ricardo's was 7 then.
Yeah.
All right, so Ricardo's was 7. Who had the highest amongst all of you? Jacob
I think
did.
Jacob.
Yep. Okay.
On my initiative rolls, I'm gonna look at the my spells here.
One. Eric, I think, had the next one. Yeah.
19.
Yeah, because me and Zach had 18s.
Yes, sir.
Who wants to go first between Anatoly, Yarnak, and Ishmael?
It doesn't matter to me.
Well, pick.
I'm not on the ground if that matters, so I might just want to not go like first.
I'll go first. Fuck it.
Okay.
Just have Ishmael go after and I'll go last.
Okay. Yarnak. And who was next? I think it was one of them. Mm-hmm. Why did I... Okay. Okay, I see why I did that. Alright. Oh my goodness.
Hey Ricardo,
What?
I typed in rain battle music to see if I could get in the mood,
Yeah.
right? And there's DMC3 Virgil Battle 1 with rain and thunder, so I'm just gonna loop that for 7 minutes.
Bruh.
Okay.
That's this turning number 6 on Twitter, by the way.
We have got... Loki, you are up. Which direction were you facing again?
I was
He was the west with me.
The west, okay. You heard the howls come from all around you.
Can I see anything right now, or is it just?
You can make a
just
perception
hearing?
check.
Okay. What's my perception again? 4.
You peer all around looking into the woods and down the road, and then down the road you see 2 shadows approaching from the west towards you. They are about 90 feet out currently.
Okay. God, I don't even know if I could hit anything right now.
90 feet? No.
Yeah, I got the crossbow, but yeah, I don't think that. Fuck, I don't know what to do.
DMC with rain and thunder. Okay.
At the very least, you should probably relay this to everybody.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's
I do
about right.
relay that to everybody that I see.
Can I get everybody's health real quick before we start? What?
Is there
Max 13.
13?
I believe.
I am.
Hold on.
Did I
Let me
mean
tell my
to-
battle sheet.
22.
I'm 23.
And
13.
I'm 20.
Okay,
You 13 too, Eric?
13,
Yeah.
What's your AC?
13,
14.
20.
Oh,
What
we
did
get
you
the
have?
same stats.
What did you have?
Hell yeah.
What did you have, Zach?
22.
22. Ishmael has that. Yarnak, what did you have?
20.
20. Uh-huh. Alright, perfect.
I guess what I'll do is I'll just get like ready. I'll pull my shield and my mace out.
Okay. Pepper, it is your turn.
Yo!
I did relay the information.
Yep.
The
right?
guitar riff kicked in when Patrick said that.
You two can see where these creatures are coming from.
Oh, oops. Accidentally rewound that one. The music stopped.
I vote
I'm
you
gonna
take a
draw
shot.
my rapier and flintlock in the one hand and the other in the other hand, and just kind of stance the fuck up. And actually, wait, how dark is it? Would you say around us? Like,
It's
is it?
it's
does
at
it look
night.
like nighttime?
Yes,
And-
yes, it's
okay.
night.
And we're in a dense forest.
Yes, so,
So
it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark.
Okay. I'm actually going to. I have a couple torches on me. I'm gonna light a torch and set it on the ground in front of us. So if they do get close, it'll be much easier to see them.
Huge.
And for the people around us too.
What'd you do?
You
I'm gonna
throw
light
the
a torch
torch.
and set it in front of us.
You throw the torch out in front of
west
you,
side.
and now 20 feet around the torch, and so including from where you are at, and 20 feet out from there, you can see pretty clearly. And then a further 10 feet beyond that, it's a little bit more dim, but you can see a little bit easier as well. So you got 20 feet of bright light and 10 feet of dim light ahead of you now.
I also have dark vision.
Yeah, me too. I just wanna So for
But,
the
you know,
folks that don't,
For the plebs.
for folks
Wow.
that do not.
That's
Disdain
racist,
for
I'm
plebs.
human.
Anatoly, it is your turn.
Ah, okay. How far are they?
100 feet.
90?
The one that you can see is 100 feet out.
Alright, very cool, very cool. Let's see what I got. I'll light a torch and put it on the ground in front of us.
All right. Same thing. About. You have 20 feet of bright light in front of you and 10 feet of dim light ahead of that.
Sweet. Awesome. Very cool.
Captain Ishmael draws his greatsword, and he goes up alongside you, Anatoly, and he says, "When the damn beast gets close, I'll feint a strike, and then you strike him. You will have
Okay,
advantage on
Dad.
your next attack."
Okay, Dave.
Dude.
Yarnak, it is your turn.
Wait, why do you have advantage?
They came
Ishmael,
up with
Because
an
Ishmael
attack strategy.
was a
Nice.
boy and did an attack strategy.
Yeah, he's a fucking homie, dude. For the boys
Okay,
back
so
home.
did I kill the first thing that I shot?
no, you can see your arrow sticking out of it from here, but
Okay,
it's still
so
moving.
It's still approaching us from the east.
It's
right?
still moving.
Oh, you're
Yep.
approaching me.
Don't ever.
How far are the
be in a
ones to the west?
situation.
There's two of them, right?
Yep, there's two to the west. Those are 90 feet away currently.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'll take a shot at one of the ones to the west.
All right. Roll
a
me
second,
d20.
Roll this. Nice fucking shooting, Yarno.
You hit it.
Nice. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Pog.
There's your damage.
You notch your arrow and
Christ almighty, I can't see what's happening. Okay, there we go.
you loose it off into the darkness, and with your ranger's eyes, you see it flies true. You strike one of the creatures in the eye, and it goes down into a lump and dies right on the road there.
Let's go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, who's done damage here and who hasn't? That's what I fucking thought.
I'm gonna spit on
Your
your
boy's
damage.
making your job easier when they get to you.
Another sound comes from somewhere to the east. It is a louder and lower howl.
Are we all hearing this, or is this me?
Everybody's hearing it.
Okay.
To the east. I'm pointing to the south, right? What's Harrison?
Not from the east, excuse me. It comes from the south. I'm thinking
that's
on,
my direction.
yes, I'm thinking on the wrong compass right now. Yes, it comes from the south. It comes from off the side of the road.
Okay.
Harrison, who is with you, Brightstone, he gets himself set up and he is aiming in the direction, or aiming into the woods to the south. And he says, he looks up at you, Doctor, and he says, "When I fire and go, I'm going to fire to try to distract them, Doctor. You should move when I do so, and you will have advantage on your next attack."
Aha.
Oh no. Spooky.
What do you mean, oh no? You get an advantage, dude.
Okay.
Stone, it is your
Attack
turn.
strategy,
Brightstone, it is
Oh.
your turn.
Can I see it?
You can make a perception check.
Oh jeez. Okay.
Come through.
Perception. What's my perception at? Scroll through. Okay. Gonna be real upsetting if I don't make this. That's what I got. You
What
see
did
it?
you get? No.
Oh, I got 13. I don't know why it's not showing you guys. but I got 13.
Oh, sweet, perfect. Now you can make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Wisdom saving throw. Let's see.
DC 15.
DC 15. Same roll.
Now I can see it.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
16.
Peering off into the darkness, all you can see is a big shadow. You can't quite tell how far away it is because of how dark it is, but you see it's big and it's moving towards you all.
Huh. Okay, hold on. So he uses action to help me. So I have advantage on this attack.
But you don't know how far away it is, so that would be disadvantage, so you just have an attack if you want to make an attack.
Okay, if I make an attack normal, will I hit it?
You can try.
Oh.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I have an area of effect spell that I don't want to cast because I don't know where it is. Can't really throw anything. It's definitely not 10 feet away. I got a gun.
I mean, so does Eric, but he didn't shoot.
I think we're past that now. I could try the hood.
The hood.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
What'd I roll for the hood?
You would just roll a D20 plus your spell casting ability, or your spell casting modifier.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at my spellcasting modifier. See what it is. It is. Is it the spell attack bonus? Is that it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then it should be 4. Because my wisdom is 2. I don't know how that works, but it says 4, so I'm going to say that.
So yeah, add plus 4.
16 again.
Alright, sweet. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 14. Uh-oh.
You hear a very loud scream inside your head.
Yeah.
And take 6 psychic damage from your hood.
Oh my god.
That hurted. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh no.
Your turn's over, bitch.
Rude.
What is that hood supposed to do, dude?
I bet it does psychic scream, but if I don't pass the DC, it hits me.
Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, dude.
That's what I figure.
Why are you always hurting our party, man?
I hurt myself.
Exactly, you're a part of it.
Strauss readies his weapon, and then he peers out into the darkness. And he shouts, "My God! There's tons of them! There's tons of them!" And he aims his weapon and he just fires off into the darkness.
Thanks, man.
You hear a loud bang from his gun that echoes throughout the forest.
Right.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
And then he desperately throws his gun to the ground, and he draws his short sword, and he runs 30 feet off into the woods.
What?
Oh,
to
no!
the north.
Dude!
This guy's a dipshit.
So what you're saying is Ricardo is now alone on the south side.
No, that's
Yeah,
that
but
was
we're really-
no.
we're
He was
really-
with
Oh,
he was
okay.
with Harrison. Strauss and
Okay.
Marquis were looking off to the north.
Okay, I thought this was a dude that was Ricardo. I was like, thank God.
Uh,
I forgot that the one dude made an attack strategy with Ricardo.
you hear the howls again, and moving with an unbelievable speed, the one shadowy creature to the east bounds forward 50 feet towards Anatoly and Captain Ishmael, and the one to the west that's still living also bounds forward about 50 feet. So that one's 40 feet away. The one to the east is still 50 feet away. Yarnak, you hear a bunch of rustling coming from the trees to the south and north. Something's moving amongst the trees.
Wet.
Only I'm hearing this.
Did you just say what?
Yes, you're able to. You're over the sound of the gunfire and everything.
The fucking chaos that
Yes.
just made.
You hear. You're able to hear that things are moving in. Marquis shouts, "Strauss, what the hell are you doing, man?" And he takes off into the woods as well with his
You guys
gun
are
in
idiots.
tow.
Bruh,
My
moment.
boy.
He's attempting to catch up with Strauss.
Alright, cool.
This
Loki,
is not what I wanted.
it is your turn.
How close are the creatures now?
The one that you can see is 40 feet away. You can now make it out. It looks like one, or it looks like a black matted, very large dog, basically.
Okay. Is my crossbow one-handed or two-handed?
You got the regular crossbow, so it's two-handed.
Ah, fuck. The flintlock pistol's one-handed though, right?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna put my shield back. I'm
Mhm.
gonna pull my pistol in my left hand and my mace in my right.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess your AC's down.
Your AC is down, but yeah.
I still have 18 normally. Is what it only adds 2 for the shield, right?
No, you go down to 16.
Yeah, you
Oh,
go.
16,
You're at
okay.
16 plus 2
18,
with the
it,
shield.
it carries what you have for your shield. It just assumes.
Oh, okay.
So you're down to 60 now.
I wanna fire my pistol at this thing.
All right. It'll be your dex modifier.
Hope you have good decks or decent
Oh,
decks.
before you do that, roll me a d6.
More chaos.
Just a straight up D6.
Yep.
That's your damage, isn't it? Are you kidding me?
You go to fire your pistol, and it misfires.
Misfired. Oh my god.
Get down!
Jesus Christ.
The 3.
And you took 3 damage?
No.
No, it's a misfire
There's
table.
3 on the misfire table.
Yeah, the misfire.
I don't know what that
table.
means on the misfire table.
Yeah, that's why. I
Not
said
good.
As soon as I
maybe
pull
it's
up the
damage,
website.
We're gonna find out
Can't believe
today.
you
Oh
already
my God.
misfired, dude.
God damn it.
A
I'm
giant
so-
puff of smoke comes out of your flash pan. It burns and it stings and it hits you in your eyes, and you're desperately trying to get it out of your eyes now. You will be you have a disadvantage on all checks for your next turn.
God damn it.
This is an actual bro moment.
Can I fucking just throw the flintlock pistol away now?
So not only is your armor class down 2 now, you got disadvantage for everything for a full fucking turn.
Pepper, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna scoff at the untrained cleric next to me.
Not a gunsmith,
And with
clearly.
A devilish grin, I take aim.
If you
With
misfire,
my-
I'm killing you
My
in real
pistol.
life.
Well, no, I have the
You re-roll
You can still
misfire.
misfire. You
I
just
just
re-roll
re-roll.
it.
Roll me a d6.
I
swear
hope
to
you
God, dude.
misfire. I hope you
I will
fucking
pee my
misfire.
actual pants.
I can re-roll it!
Oh my god, dude.
This is why
If you roll another one, I'm coming over to your house and killing you.
I get to re-roll it.
Re-roll it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank God you
For a
did
brief-
shit last session.
'Cause I remember I bought the rune.
He has
the
a rune.
Flash
Yeah,
pan,
if
or-
you wouldn't have bought that, oh my god.
You pull up your pistol and you pull the trigger,
Fucking idiot.
and you see your rune flash blue as you pull the trigger.
No one saw that. After he just scoffed at Jacob for misfiring.
So
Whack.
that is a +6 on my attack roll.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Holy
max.
Christ.
So you get
Max
10
damage!
10 damage plus another D10.
Alright. And then,
Roll 10,
I have
roll
a plus
10.
4 piercing on it, right?
Yes.
So would I just is the plus 4 on the critical or on my my damage roll?
Okay, so it's on the it's 14 plus 10.
Okay.
Do it. Do it. Roll a 10.
Do I do the
Coward.
plus 4 on my roll now, or would
No,
it just be a flat
just
D10?
The roll's
just a flat
just
D10. Yep.
Alrighty. Well,
The plus 4's on the other.
Whack.
Bruh.
I'll take it. That's still
Damn it.
fucking 16 damage, brother.
Throwing their hair back, drawing their flintlock pistol. Pressing the trigger, a blue light flashes out of their flash pan, but it does not
The old
distract them.
Edward Kenway.
They fire their flintlock. You see a big puff of smoke. The bullet flies true, and this creature's head just gets blown completely off.
Christ
Right.
almighty.
Thanks, my
Oh my God.
shotgun.
Eric, we need the pelt. Wait,
No,
no,
we
that
just need
means
a
it's
body.
3-star. That means it's 3-star.
Yeah, I got a headshot.
dude. He's fine.
That's a headshot. I made 3
This is a
stars.
pristine pelt we're about to donate to
You
fucking
guys.
crib.
Looks like I'm not using speak of animals today.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, its mouth doesn't move, its fucking head's gone.
Anatoly, it's your turn.
Okay.
Oh boy.
How close is the one in the back to me?
It is
I gotta pee.
50 feet away.
Okay, so I still can't attack. I'm gonna move up 15 feet.
Okay.
And then just ready myself, I guess.
You do so, and the captain joins alongside you, and he says to you, "Ready yourself. They're fast. He'll be on us in a moment."
Okay, Dad.
And he says, "We'll do the same. I'll feint a strike, and you strike. You will still have advantage on your next attack."
Oh,
Oh
hell yeah.
boy.
If only I had Divine Smite. No, actually, I do have Divine Smite, I think.
What?
You get it at level 2.
What are you?
Pick it?
I'm a Paladin.
Oh
He's a
yeah.
paladin, dude.
Yeah, I get Divine Smite at level 2.
Oh Christ.
It's time.
So yeah, I mean, it's fucking time, dude.
Esket it, he says, as he readies his holy blade.
Get it, brah.
Okay.
Yarnak, it is your turn.
Alright, what's the nearest enemy to the party?
Well, the two that were to the west are dead. There's one charging Anatoly and the captain to the east. That one is 50. No, oh well, they moved up 15 feet, so it's 35 feet away. You still hear the two of the greenhorns are running off into the woods to the north, and there's an unseen creature to the east. Although you don't really. Yeah, you could do a perception check
Okay.
if you would like to.
If I don't see it, does that use my turn? Or could I still go for the one that's approaching?
You can still go for the one that's approaching.
Okay, I'll just do a perception check to the east then real quick.
All right,
Or whatever direction that one was in.
south. Yep.
South.
You want to roll me a wisdom saving throw on top of it?
Yeah. Oof.
You peer off to the south, and you see 3 shadows moving towards
South
Pepper,
or
yes, you see 3 shadows moving towards Dr. Bright and Harrison.
Okay. Well, for one, I'll warn those two that there's 3 shadows in that direction. I guess, are they grouped up?
The shadows?
Yeah, the 3 shadows that are moving towards
There's
them.
about 10 feet of space in between the 3 of them.
Ah, fuck it. I'll just shoot at one of them.
Left, right, or middle?
Honestly, I'll go for the middle one.
All right.
Also, something I just realized. So, when we leveled up, I picked a fighting style of archery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is +2 damage to any bow, which I did not apply to my last 2 rolls. So
That's fine.
ignore those. But now it's a D6 +7, not 5.
All right.
So here's my D20 +7 for attack.
You notch your arrow, and you fire it, and then to your horror, the shadow just disappears as your arrow flies into the woods.
Bruh.
Okay. I'm guessing is my turn over then?
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. Can I at least... Okay, before my turn's over, I'm gonna warn Dr. Bright that fucking thing just disappeared when I shot at it.
Nice.
Yarnak calls down to you, Dr. Bright. And then he calls down to you, he says, I fired at a shadow and it disappeared, he says. Except your point of view is now filled with a giant creature bounding out of the woods exactly where he fired that arrow.
What's it look like?
Before it comes right down on top of you, this is what you see. There we go.
Oh my god.
Bro, what is that?
You're fucking dead, dude.
What is that?
It's gonna
Terrifying at
kill
all?
you.
That thing's terrifying.
Bounding
God.
out of the woods, it opens its mouth wide, and it attempts to bite down onto poor Corporal Harrison right next to you.
Right.
Good, serves him right.
Somehow, seeing the creature coming, Corporal Harrison dodges out of the way at the last moment before it bites his damn head off.
Mm-hmm.
He turns, and from point blank, he fires his arquebus as he's moving out of the way.
Uh-oh. No!
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
And it misfires critically.
Everyone needs new guns, dude.
Oh, I'm throwing my gun away after this.
Oh, hold on. This might get bad.
8.
We should have gone
Bruh.
for the dragon.
Oh, we are. We're gonna still.
We should have just done.
Exploding in his hands,
Oh my god.
he takes... Oh, God. His weapon explodes in his hands and sends him flying backwards a few feet. He lands on his back, and you hear him scream as he holds his one hand up, and it is just burned horribly. He's lying on his back.
That'd be like that.
Dr. Brightstone, it's your turn.
Hi!
This
Where's Harrison
creature,
in relation to the creature?
he just got blown back a few more feet, and the creature's right on top of you. So he's about 5 feet away from the creature.
He's about 5 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
He's about 5 feet away. I'm right next to the creature, so would you say I'm 5 feet?
Yes, you're within melee range of this creature, yes.
Okay. That's my speed. 30. Okay, my speed's 30. Good. Great. Okay, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move over to. I'm gonna move over to where Mac is.
I'm not
How far away would you say he is?
You guys
we're
were all
in a box.
yeah,
so
so
I'm gonna guess
Yeah, you
like
guys are like
you're
5.
10
If you're gonna
maximum.
move away,
yeah, you're about
you should
10
stand
feet.
totally.
You're about 10 feet away from each other.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna move about 10 feet past him. How about that?
20 feet.
I move 20 feet. I look at the monster and then I cast Entangle.
Nice.
Huge.
I want to cast it such that the edge of it just kind of catches the monster.
How
It's a
big is
20-foot
the-
square.
It's a 20-foot square. You're
Yeah.
probably going to be catching the
Are you
two
gonna-
of them
I
as
was
well.
Who else
You're
am I
gonna tangle
catching?
the boys.
It's a
Loki
90
and-
feet- it's a 90-foot range, so I can move it.
Well, I suppose you could put it like the edge. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you could probably be able to get just the creature, so yeah.
Okay, roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh. Okay.
That doesn't sound good.
What's the DC?
DM now.
Doesn't matter.
Uh,
It doesn't work.
Oh my god.
yeah, it was 12.
Holding his hands out wide, Dr. Brightstone attempts to entangle this creature. You see thorny rose-like vines come shooting out of the ground, and the creature just bulldozes through them. It doesn't trap it.
Thanks, dude.
I'll tell you what it still does. It does something still. I think it makes it difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
does. I think we were talking about.
Yeah,
that.
it's difficult terrain underneath the monster now.
Great.
Okay. Now it can only move 25 feet. Perfect.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh boy. You hear out in the woods, Yarnak, Strauss shout, "Come at me, you beasts! I've got a blade right here for you." And he goes running further into the woods.
Bruh, moment.
That man's an idiot.
There's no way a human can think that, or there's no way this dude can fucking think like this.
Hey man, mystical powers afoot.
And you hear howls come from the woods. And oh boy, here we go.
Ghostly Uncle 420.
Ghost dads in the forest.
I'm
Not Ghost Dad, he's coming.
Oh no.
You hear the sound, you hear a yelp, and you hear thrashing come from the woods off to the north here. Yeah, they were
Was
to the
it a
north.
human yelp or a...
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
We've lost him. Gone.
All forever.
Gone forever. You dead. You fucking dead.
He dead. I'm sick of driving this truck.
There it is.
All right.
Brick.
Oh, wait. I forgot to add the last one. Oh, boy. All right. You hear yelping coming from the woods, and then you hear Marquis shout, "My God!" And then you hear his gun go off out in the woods.
You think he's
I swear to
okay?
God.
Before I do that.
You
Okay,
guys-
did not misfire. But he did not hit
God.
either.
Nice, so he fired it. Didn't do anything. Nice.
You guys think he's okay?
No,
He's fine.
it's fucking
Told you,
magic.
no one's gonna die.
I'm going with Mac.
Loki, it is now your turn.
Alright, I'm angrily fucking putting away that flintlock pistol.
This is bullshit.
Borderline throwing it.
God damn it.
Exactly.
You still have
And,
disadvantage on everything.
I know.
You're still smoking your eyes.
But I grab my shield out again.
Okay.
And, I'm gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame instead. Wait,
Alright.
is there anything around me? There's still things
There's
around
the
me,
big
right?
fucking beast that just
Yeah.
almost
I'm
killed
casting,
Yeah,
fucking would've.
Corporal. And then Dr. Brightstone is running from.
So, Sacred
Yeah.
Flame is DC 14, 1d8 radiant.
Oh. Sorry,
Oh,
what's up?
I'm not going to make an attack, but that creature that was waiting, or that was coming towards you, Anatoly, and the captain, it's now on top of you. It's another one of the hellhounds.
Ah,
Oh, right.
So I just, for Sacred Flame, I just roll 1d8, right? 1d8 radiant.
That's if
Wait,
it
no,
hits.
that's damage.
That's if it hits, yeah.
You gotta
What do I roll
if it
for?
is.
No, they roll because it's a DC spell.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they roll to see if it affects them.
They will be rolling at advantage since
you
you're
need to know
blindly
your attack
firing the spell
modifier
off.
though for spells.
So,
Yeah, your attack bonus. What's
You
your attack
will need
bonus?
to know that.
Where would it show it at? I don't see.
You have your spells. Do you have your spell slot on your character sheet?
I have I have Sacred Flame.
Go to the. You see where Core Bio spells? It'll tell you your spell attack bonus. You go to spells.
I think it's a dex saving throw for that, isn't it? Almost positive.
Yeah,
Oh,
should
you're
be.
for Sacred Flame, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
it's something like that.
It doesn't actually say it. It just says.
Here, give me a sec.
I can look. Hold
I'll
on.
look it up
Oh,
right now.
I think I have it pulled
My
up.
computer tabs are being weird.
Range 60 feet, components VS, instantaneous. The spell damage increases by 1d. Oh,
Dex
wait.
saving throw.
Yeah, Dex. Okay, so I roll Dex.
Or they have to make a dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to know what the DC is.
Yeah, what's your spell save DC?
DC 14 for Sacred Flame. My dexterity is 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 8 plus proficiency bonus plus wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's
So
your
if you don't
proficiency?
have that, I would put that in your notes.
What's your
Uh,
proficiency bonus and what's your wisdom?
Where is my proficiency bonus? My wisdom is, where is it?
Proficiency bonus should
4.
be 2 since we're level 2.
So 4, 6. So it would be 14. All right.
Yeah, proficiency bonus is 2. It was literally right in front of me.
Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, it is DC 14. They get to make it at advantage since you're basically blindly casting this spell.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
They make it.
Let's say, could have had it, but you cast this with fucking smoke in your eyes.
You know what? I didn't expect this to go.
Could have waited one.
Flailing
turn.
around, you watch as Loki just fires off a blast of sacred flame somewhere out in the woods. A shining beam just comes down.
Somewhere out in the woods.
somewhere out in the woods, yeah.
Mac Pepper, it is now your turn.
Alrighty.
Nice fucking turn, dude.
Dude, I'm sorry. Do you want to clear the smoke out of my eyes?
So,
No,
I want
dude, I'm
to
up
get
in the
this
tree
setting
for a reason.
straight.
Come suck
we
it
were all in
out.
a box, right?
Yeah.
the 2 to the east,
North.
or no, it was the east with Anatoly and the captain,
That
right?
was one,
Yep.
wasn't it?
There's one to
They got
the
a
east.
hellhound.
They're 15
Yeah.
feet away from the original position, right?
Yep.
And then
About
the
10
other
feet in
two
front of you is a monster.
ran into the woods.
At 15
To
feet
the
in front of
west,
you is a monster.
yes.
and
To the south.
yeah. And there's a monster
About 10 feet behind you
There's
is me.
It's
a
about 10 feet behind
there's
you.
a screaming man and
No,
a
that's in front of
monster. No.
Right.
That's in front of you. I ran behind you.
Well, yeah, if you turn around, it'll be in front of you
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
There's a
yeah, yeah.
screaming man and a monster basically right in front of you.
Okay.
There's a large cat 10 feet behind you.
Would I have to move it all to
Well, it's about 10
get
feet
attack
away.
range? Perfect. This is perfect, guys. I'm gonna use a swashing point right now.
Yeah, boy.
Start with swashing points?
Well, no, at level 2 you get swashing points.
Jesus.
Boy. DC
What a swashing.
8 plus my proficiency bonus plus my dexterity modifier. So 8 plus 2, 10 plus my dex would be 4, so 14.
Yep.
They have to make a... Wait, no, I don't think this one requires a saving throw, though. Perfect, it doesn't. I was gonna say, that's kind of
Okay.
whack, then. I'm just gonna do a lunge attack.
Alright.
I'm gonna spend 1 swashing point and do a lunge attack,
What?
and it adds 5 feet to my range of attack. So I'm not
Sweet.
leaving my position.
So
gonna do that
basically
with
what you're
my
doing is you're
rapier?
bounding forward and you're
Yes.
you're thrusting and you're bounding backwards.
Correct.
Yep,
I'm gonna do that with my rapier, then. So, make it
Like
my
fencing.
dice
basically.
roller. D20 plus 6. 19.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
2d6 plus 4 piercing. You'd love to see it. With this new rapier. Oh.
Bruh.
You lunge, you lunge forward and you stick your blade in, and you cut in pretty damn good. The creature yelps and snaps at you, but you have already jumped back to your original position. Anatoly, it is now your turn. You are within melee range of that one that was coming towards you all.
Oh yeah.
This is a
Sweet.
single hellhound,
Alright,
right?
I make a quip. in my next turn.
That was pretty good. Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'll pull up my spell slots. Okay.
So Dr. Brightstone's cowering behind me, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We get a tree next turn.
I'm gonna attack it. Go with that.
The Hellhound or the big guy?
Yeah, the guy that's on me.
Okay.
Oof, not good.
What'd you, Kieran?
You get to make that advantage.
Oh, I do. Oh,
You run
sick.
forward, swinging your battle axe, and as you do so, Captain Ishmael feints an attack right beside you, and you hit.
Nice.
Cool. All right.
Catching the creature off guard, you manage to hit it in the
Divine
flank.
Smite.
There it is. There it is.
All right, cool. All right. So we're gonna roll for regular damage first. So +5. So there's that, and then it's 2d8. Cool.
Your axe glows with a holy light as you bring it down on the head of the Hellhound, and you just crush its skull completely. It's dead.
Yeah.
What's with you guys and fucking up the heads?
Dude, what's with you and getting smoke in your eyes?
What's with you and
I'm gonna-
casting spells into nowhere?
I'm gonna fucking kill
Ishmael turns around and he shouts. He points at the big one that just came bounding out of the woods, and he shouts, "Bring it down! That's the alpha! That's the alpha!" And he charges it with his greatsword swinging.
Alphas look gross.
He's got a collar on him. I don't know who put that there, but
Just, piss
It's natural. It came like that.
it's a fur collar.
And he misses.
Fucking A, dude. He was coming through all day, and then now he does this.
If we piss on them, we claim dominance.
Yarnak, it's your turn.
They'll have to retreat.
Well, I suppose I'm gonna shoot my bow at this fucking thing that Ishmael just missed, so... Give me a second.
You hit.
Nice.
Okay, good. Let's
Jesus,
see.
your 2 hit is 7.
I got 2d6 plus 7 again because I'm a god.
Fucking brag about it.
What's up with these 2d6 rolls, man?
It sticks into the side. It doesn't seem to notice.
God damn it, dude. Fuck.
Turning towards Loki, Mac Pepper, and poor Harrison on the ground. The creature opens its mouth, and a stream of flame in a 15-foot cone comes spewing out of its mouth. Roll me a dex saving throw, DC 13.
I like to see this.
The two of you, poor Harrison's just getting torched here, so.
Oh, it's underneath here.
20.
Dex 4.
Oh,
There you go.
You're good. Oh!
Oh no.
Monkey's not having a good run of it right now.
He's having a real rough fight right now.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
He drops his shield and mace and just... I'm out.
Okay, this is poor Harrison. And this is Loki.
Oh, Harrison, dude. Oh my god.
Loki, you take 9 fire damage as you're singed. And poor Harrison screams louder as he's just engulfed in flames.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Alright, he's
Lost almost 10
Alright,
points,
cool.
but
Just
you
lost
know.
9 hit points. That's awesome.
Harrison rolls as he's being torched, and he pushes himself up, and that's his turn. He manages to make himself stand up.
That's his turn.
God. I stand up. Alright, next
Brightstone, it's your turn.
Hey, how high up in the tree is Yarnak.
I swear to God,
He's
if you fucking
20 feet up
Yeah.
on a
He's
branch.
20 feet?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna use feline agility, so that doubles my movement. I can move 20 feet, climbing speed of 20 feet, so I'm gonna just hop up there.
What did you turn into?
All right,
You're in
you
the
wanna
tree with me?
roll
No,
me?
get down.
You wanna roll me a
Cat,
wisdom
bad
saving
cat.
throw while you're doing
I'm
it?
calling
Up
the
the
fucking
tree?
fire
Yeah.
department.
Oh, you just climbed it. I thought you turned it into something.
I hope you get a 1.
Well, you have to pass the dex, right? Well, I mean,
15.
never mind.
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm up here on the tree. I still have some more stuff to do, so I'm gonna use the help action. So the next time Yarnak shoots, right before he shoots, I'm gonna shout at the creature so he gets advantage on his next attack roll.
Sweet.
Nice.
Let's go, dude.
Get down.
Is that a
bad
class
cat.
ability or what is that?
No, you guys can do that. Patrick's been doing this whole time.
Oh,
I was gonna say he's
sense.
done 2 of those already.
Yeah.
You
It's just strategy.
you hear a loud yell from the north. It sounds like Strauss is fighting for his life out there. And then you hear the
Kelly.
growls, and then a great gout of flame just comes from the north.
oh no.
I'll go help him out. Don't worry, guys.
No, wait a
No,
minute.
you won't. You gotta
Are you
help
sure?
yourself out first.
And you hear him scream
Bruh.
at the top of his lungs from the north.
Holy
That
shit.
man's fucking dead, so.
That was very head ass of him, so.
It was.
Yeah, this is his fault.
No sympathy.
No, he went to go help his friend. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have.
Fuck his friend.
No, that was Marquis that went to go help his
Oh,
friend.
you're right.
Well, he
My-
shouldn't have been a dumbass then.
Marquis shouts, Strauss! And he goes charging in, unseen. And he swings his sword. Well, to his credit, he hits.
God damn.
Okay. Jesus Christ, he's holding his
God
own
damn.
out there.
He's going hard.
Marquis, my
Pissed
boy.
off now.
He's got that adrenaline.
The power of friendship, dude.
This is my favorite show.
You
This
hear
is my
a,
favorite shonen.
you hear a loud yelp from the. You hear a loud like yip from the woods.
What Yakuza sub-story is this?
That's the
What, the
main game.
hellhounds?
Right.
This is just Demon Slayer.
Loki, it is now your turn.
Don't miss
So can I
fire.
do? Can I
Yeah.
do anything to like get the smoke out of my eyes?
It's gone now.
It's
gone
gone. Oh,
now.
it's
It's
gone.
one turn.
Alright. I'm gonna do Sacred Flames again.
Sweet.
This time he can
If you
see.
fuck this up twice, we're gonna have an
I'll-
issue.
I'll-
It's not a
stream.
disadvantage, or it's not. The creature doesn't get to roll advantage at this time. So it's DC 14, right? I think.
Yeah, DC 14.
Come on.
It fails.
So the thing, if when you do that on the phone, you can see the physical die,
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
but you can't
No,
on the
I
PC,
failed
which I
again.
find really odd.
No, he failed.
No, he failed,
he
which means
failed.
you
It
hit.
fails, so you.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it works.
So yeah, pretty fucking much. So 1d8 radiant. Wait, that's not what I meant to do.
1d8 plus what?
No, I forgot what do I add to it?
I
mean,
thought you
no.
said 4.
Your attack
Four,
bonus. Yeah.
So 7 damage total.
It's your
Not bad, not
proficiency
bad. Oh, yeah.
plus wisdom. 8 plus
Okay.
that.
Oh,
Okay,
That's what it says for clerics at least. I don't know what it does after level, like, whatever. But
I'm only level 2, so I suck.
that's
So what is it?
does.
7 damage, I think.
Yep, 7 plus 4, so.
All right. Your flame comes down and it burns some of the flesh away from the top of this creature.
Bitch.
Anatoly, it's your turn.
Hey, Alpha, look at me,
My turn?
bitch.
wait, I thought I was after,
Oh no, right, you're right. Mac Pepper, it is your turn.
Alright, cool.
Pretty rude. You cast Sacred Flame on the big guy, right?
Yeah, the
alpha?
big guy.
Okay, good.
Fuck
Um,
the alpha. He's a bitch.
I'm gonna spend another swashing point and take another lunge.
All right.
You really don't want to get in that melee range.
Not really.
That's fair.
Well, okay, so my swashing points, most of them, except for lunge, only work on humanoids. With weapons.
Ah.
With, like, melee weapons.
That's weird, but
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I'm a
I know swashbucklers get a thing where they get sneak attack, but only if there's not other people around.
Alright, hold on. Oh, my window's
Dude,
all
this thing
fucked
has
up.
shit handling.
Oh, you hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Oh.
Lunging forward again, with a flurry of slashes and thrusts, you cut into this creature. It is bleeding heavily at this point. Anatoly, it is now your turn.
Where's the creature from me? Like
You
the
could make.
one they're fighting?
Well, what's your speed? First off,
30.
you can make it if you want to run into it. It's about 25 feet away.
Oh, I'm going. I'm gonna go attack it. 1 sec. Let me get to cover. All right. Those are my rolls.
No, motivated.
Anybody else want to embarrass themselves?
You miss.
Damn, I missed. This is a good try, though, I guess.
Captain Ishmael, pulling his great sword out, attempts to take this creature's legs out from under it. Oh, and he hits.
Nice.
She coming through.
Taking his great sword out, he runs along the flank of the creature. He cuts off one of its legs, and then he thrusts the great sword into its side. It comes out the other side, and he pins the creature down to the ground, where it yelps as it dies.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeet.
Big yeet. Big yeet.
Harrison just kind of falls to the street and just kind of lays there for a little bit.
He was just like, yeah.
Brightstone, it's your turn.
Is it my turn?
I mean,
This leg.
the other two
Oh,
still
never mind.
work.
Yarnak, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And you're an advantage for an attack if you can do one.
yeah. Okay, let's see. So, the one that was closest to Anatoly is dead.
All of the ones that you have seen are dead.
So everything. Okay. So basically, what's left is what the. I'm trying to think. There's
Zach,
the
you want me to
two
roll
that
for
were out in the
something?
forest with the one that disappeared, right? And then eventually came and attacked Brightstone. Are those still there?
No.
So I can't see anything?
All the ones that you could see are dead.
Can I make a perception check to find more?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think my help action helps you do that, but I can't remember. I think I have to specify before. So I don't know.
So should I just roll?
I don't know. Patrick, what do you say? I think it's up to you.
Considering the circumstances, I don't know how you'd be able to help him spot something
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
this
say-
situation, so...
I do have dark
That's what I
vision
was
though, and he
thinking.
doesn't.
Oh. Oh, then yeah, I guess you can make this an advantage. Sure, we'll do that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, you also want to roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure, yeah, you get an advantage, but yeah, you make this saving throw.
So do I have to roll again for advantage, or?
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
roll again for advantage.
Bruh.
And
Well,
then,
okay.
you'll take the 14, and then you can roll me a wisdom saving throw. DC
There
15.
you go, man.
Alright, you peer off into the woods, again shaking the cobwebs out of your mind, and you see about 60 feet from you, from your tree, a man on the ground, a dead hellhound on top of him, and two more hellhounds squaring off with Marquis out in the woods.
Okay. I guess I'll help out my boy Marquis. 1 second.
Do you want to fire at the hellhound on the left or on the
I'll
right?
fire at the hell out
I
of the
like the
left.
idea. Like you put your head on your eyebrow to look, and I was like, no, over there.
Okay. Do I hit?
No. You fire your arrow out into the woods.
What do you roll?
5 plus
But
7.
it's very dark, and you can't really see too well out in the dark,
God.
and it just flies wide.
Wait, do I get advantage on this?
No, you got
Oh,
advantage
no,
on
use it on use it on a perception.
Oh,
Bright
okay.
Stone. You could see them as well now. It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're the one that found them.
Sweet. So
Now
here's
what?
the thing, guys. I'm not going down there, and I don't have any range stuff that I can do. So here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna get a spray bottle.
The next time Yarnak readies his bow to shoot the hellhounds, I'm gonna like stand up behind him and kind of like straighten his arm out.
Pull his hips a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're just essentially you're gonna do what you just did for me if I would have hit.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Well,
so
this will
so
be for
the way
your
you're
attack
wording
this time.
is yeah, you're gonna make it so I roll advantage on if I hit or not.
No, you roll it on on if you hit or not your damage.
Yeah, you're gonna steady
Yeah.
my bow because I've missed my last 2 fucking shots.
Yeah.
Give him a little tickle.
And I
Thanks for
got
helping
dark
out.
vision. I got
Ricardo's
extra
like
eyes.
low key, like you know the fucking rangers that have spotters and fucking snipers. Ricardo's my goddamn spotter.
Yarnak and Brightstone, because you could see, you watch as one of the Hellhounds feints an attack while the and draws Marquis' attention, while the other one bites at him, but he knocks the blow aside with his blade. However, as he does so, the other one, now that he's distracted by that one, also attacks him.
Oh,
Oh, and he
no.
doesn't see it coming, and it sinks its fangs
my God, that's a
into
crit.
him.
Oh my god.
Oh, it sinks its fangs into him, and you watch fire go spewing out of its mouth as it bites him on his arm. So he's taking 10 already, plus.
Jesus.
And
Poor man.
oh, Ricardo, there we go. Oh my goodness!
Oh, no, dude.
The creature bites his arm and it rips him to the ground and starts tearing into poor Marquis
Christ.
down onto the ground here.
Jesus Christ.
Loki, it's your turn.
lost him.
I'm sorry, I was watching something. What?
It's your turn.
It's your turn.
You know, I think it's about time I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
How much health you got left?
I'm 14 out of 23 right now.
Not bad.
Yeah, but I don't like being low.
Yeah, you're
okay.
telling me.
Fuck off! I'm gonna get the spray bottle. You're
Hey
getting
man,
down
at least
from
you
that.
can climb trees.
No.
Roll up a piece of
I
newspaper.
could have boosted my speed like by climbing trees because I'm a
Are you
cat.
fucking kidding me?
What'd you
This
do?
is when
Did you
I
roll a
good?
one?
No.
Oh.
I rolled 4 and 4, or plus 4
Hey man,
plus
take
4.
what you can get. Your heal up.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I thought
Did you
Cure Wounds was higher
or
than that.
healing word?
Yeah.
Cure
Wounds
I
is
did
a
Cure
D8.
Wounds.
Yeah,
Or no,
Cure
I
Wounds
did
is
Healing
usually-
Words. Healing Words,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say.
You can healing words is you can still use an action now.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah,
that a
healing
bonus
words
action
is a
spell?
reaction.
You say it. You
as
say a
bonus
quick.
action.
You say a quick prayer to your gods, and you watch as the worst of your burns just melts away before your eyes.
Alright, now I'm 22 out of 23, so...
Nice.
I don't know if I want to move over there.
As
What
far
is
as
there
I
to
know,
lose?
I don't think they ever relayed that information to you, so you can't even see what the hell's going on.
Can I make a perception
Fuck.
check to see if I can see any of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even think about that.
Steer into the void.
That's your fault too, Ricardo.
It's okay. Me and Yarnak are squatted up like goddamn Jorno and Mista.
Oh God! You want to
Alright.
make me a
Down his pants?
you want to make me a wisdom saving throw at a
Yeah, no, I'm
disadvantage?
heading out. I'll see you guys.
Just healed 8 points. Oops.
You said wisdom saving throw at advantage?
Disadvantage.
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 DC 15.
Hit him like the stupid sticky monkey pick and get 220.
So how would I roll it for it to be at disadvantage? Because I have 4 wisdom, so
You
I
roll
roll a
twice,
d20.
so whichever one's
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
roll
lowest
twice.
one you get.
D20.
Roll twice and
Do
you
the
take
same roll
lowest
2
one.
times.
Okay, so
12.
12.
That's rough.
You look off into the woods, and then you see a massive horde of undead just slowly shambling towards the road. And the moans and the sounds they make strikes fear into you. You are now frightened.
No!
Right! You're having a rough day, man.
Screw this magic rain.
I should have called into D&D.
Yeah, I can't make it. I'm gonna roll low.
Not gonna be able to show up today.
You're now frightened, which means you cannot move, and if any creature approaches you, you must run your max speed in the opposite direction.
Oh my god.
Bro, I hope your max speed is low.
Zoink, Scoob!
Nope, I'm 30.
That's normal, but I mean that's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Mac
At least you're not a
Pepper,
monk.
it's your turn.
Alright.
You also don't know what's happening. So.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be the same for me too then?
Oh yeah. Information was never relayed.
You guys
We're
fucking
so
suck.
fucking stupid.
God, fuck you guys.
How did we not? I've been relaying information this whole session.
Alright. I'm going to shout into the direction of
Shout into the
Marquis
heavens.
and Strauss. I'm
Okay.
gonna shout,
Oh my goodness.
if you fools are still alive out there, return to the road. I'm shouting that. Is that gonna be, should I make like a persuasion check or something?
No. You shout
okay.
that out into the woods.
Okay. Let's see then. I don't think there's anything I can do to like unfrighten Loki without a spell, and I can't cast. So I guess I'll just reload my pistol.
Hey, you reload your pistol.
Looks around, goes, huh?
Anatoly, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna make a perception check, I guess.
Alright.
Ooh, perception check's not very good. Oh well.
My hands are soft right now. Come over and feel them.
You want to
Okay,
make
I'll
me a
come over
wisdom
and feel
saving throw?
Of course. Wait a sec, let me make sure where I see my wisdom. -1. Oh, no, it is 1. No, my wisdom saving throw is 1 actually. I don't know why.
Oh,
It says it is 1, but my wisdom.
you have proficiency in it?
Yes,
That's
probably
why.
why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
frightened,
ass.
huh?
You peer out into the woods, and about 120 feet away, you see Strauss flailing around with his sword, and you see a few of those bright lights from earlier just swirling around him.
That's what I like to see. What direction's that? Like, how far is that from me?
That's to the north, and you see it about 120 feet away.
Alright, cool. Where is Mac Pepper from me?
He was about 10 feet off to your west.
Alright, I'm gonna go to Mac Pepper and say, what's up?
How's it
Like,
going, man?
What's the deal here?
What,
There
what's
was
the
like
deal?
7 of us, and there's
What's
like
the
now
deal?
4 here.
I blow one hound's head off, I turn around and there's a big one, and the other 2 are off in the woods somewhere.
You tell me what's the deal.
You tell me what's the deal.
Is that your turn?
And then I just hold up my bloody longsword, and then I pick up the hellhound's head and say, I took his head.
I got that motherfucker's head.
Captain Ishmael. Oh boy.
I don't like the sound of that.
He peers off into the woods. He can't really see where his two men just went, but he draws his sword and he shouts, "Bloody hell!" And he goes in the direction of where he hears the sounds. Yarnak, you notice that he's not quite going in the right direction. He runs 30 feet out. He runs 30 feet out into the woods.
These guys are fucking idiots.
They're brave. It's courage, Zach.
It's not courage if you're running blindly into a forest at night with hellhounds.
Yarnak, it's your
More like
turn.
stupidity.
I just saw this fucking picture, Ricardo. Fuck you. Well, I mean, since I have the advantage on whether or not I hit, I guess I'll shoot again.
The left or the right one?
I'll go for the right one this time, since I can't hit the fucking left. I mean,
You hit
do
it.
I need to go
Hey, you
again?
can try it again.
No, you hit it.
You might get a nat 20.
Or yeah,
got
you
one
could-
more try.
Nope.
No, you
Either
hit
way,
it.
it's a 20. Okay, Okay, d6 plus 7. There's my damage.
He guides your hips.
You let your arrow fly true, and the one that's pinned on top of Marquis that was tearing into him, you hit it right where the head meets the spine, and you kill it in one blow.
Very nice.
I
And-
thank Brightstone for the hit.
I had 5 of them.
You are drawing another arrow, and you are preparing to fire when the last hellhound yips, and it turns and it sprints away. Combat is over.
Yay.
I look up into the tree where Yarnak is, see him poised and perched and looking in the opposite direction with a bow ready. I put 2 and 2 together. Oh shit. There was more out there.
You're sitting there reloading your
Why
gun
didn't
with
you
lock.
say anything, Yarnak?
By the way, you guys, didn't want to startle you, but there were some out there in the
We hopped
forest,
off the
but
tree.
Don't worry.
We hopped
me
off
and
from the tree,
Brightstone
and I go,
took
"Don't
care of
worry,
it.
me and Yarnak."
We got it covered.
Well, we gotta
don't
go get
worry.
them.
In the
I'm
middle of
just
this
mad.
conversation, I hold up the hellhound's head and say, "I got his head."
You're damn right. We gotta go get him. Get the alpha. Get the cart. Get everyone in the goddamn
no,
cart.
The captain's still out there.
The
Yarnak!
captain's still out there.
Where are my men? You hear Ishmael shout from the woods.
Hey, dipshit!
I know
Captain,
where
they're
they
over
are,
here.
correct?
Yeah, you could direct
Me
them.
and-
Alright,
you
I'm
both
gonna
know where
relay
they
the
are.
info because I don't want to ask where they're at, but I know where they are and I tell him.
He nods and he follows your directions, and he shouts back, "Give me a hand here, they're torn apart."
I rush out there.
I got you.
You feel the heavy magics pressing against your mind the further you push into the woods, but thanks to Yarnak's directions, you find a very grisly scene indeed. Strauss is, you doubt he'll ever have that one hand again, and his face has been just savagely torn into.
Oh, speaking of which, hey Loki.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was
Shut up.
that was Marquis. Strauss, you see, has been just
I'm mad.
singed and burnt to a crisp.
Why?
I had a shit day.
I assist the captain in helping them back to
Well,
the road.
Loki,
Who are you gonna? Are you gonna try to carry Marquis or
I'm
Strauss?
worse for wear. I need some healing.
Actually, I don't think my strength's not high enough to carry. Can I drag
Toss
them?
me a heal.
Yes, you can drag them.
Just yell at me.
What makes you
Okay,
think
I yell out back
You're
to
the
the
cleric.
road.
Heal me.
I say,
What makes you think I'm gonna use my
we're gonna need a
last,
little bit more
spell slot on you?
hands-on over here.
You have 1 spell slot left.
Yeah, I use Sacred Flame.
Are you going out in the
Sacred
woods to
Flame's
help
a
them,
cantrip.
Anatoly?
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Like, roll my eyes and then.
Oh,
start
you're
moving
right.
Over.
Are you gonna try to carry
so I
Marquis,
only
the
used
one who
one.
is just torn apart, or Strauss
Yeah, you
who's
only
been
use
burnt
one.
to a crisp?
How big are they?
If you have cure wounds, give
You could,
them cure wounds.
considering you're a Goliath, you could carry them easily.
Okay, well,
medium.
I was gonna
They're
say, I
medium.
have rope, so, like, if needed, I could have them, like, hug onto me, and then someone could, like, tie them to me, I guess.
Get
so
the
they're,
cart.
They're latched onto me.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
I'm not bringing the cart into the forest.
No, bring them to the cart.
You bring the goddamn
I'm
cart.
not strong enough.
I'm also not strong enough.
Then don't order the Goliath around.
That's what the Goliath is for.
I'm visibly panicking
is
now.
it, you little kitty cat up in the tree?
Hey man, I'm down from the tree.
It's true, I'm the only one in the tree.
My previous thoughts of everything would be fine have been shattered.
I'm
hey.
talking to Loki about healing me.
While you're
Yeah.
all out there, can you guys be bros and grab my arrows?
Nope.
Alright, I get down from the tree and go and grab my arrows.
Alright,
You
I
two
have
feel
people
the
on
heavy.
me. I'm
you-
not grabbing
Are you
shit.
healing me?
Yeah. But I'm touching your thigh to do
I'll
it.
bring them the
Don't do
cards.
that.
Shut up!
Don't do
Tune in
that.
to
All right,
this conversation for
9?
1 second.
Yeah.
Which one are you carrying?
Yoink! I'm up the full, baby. Let's go.
I thought you said I could carry both.
No, you can carry one. Are you carrying
Carry
Mr.
one.
Are you carrying burnt to a crisp, or are you carrying torn apart?
Torn apart.
Who got torn apart?
smack
Marquis
you.
got torn apart. Strauss got burnt to a crisp.
Can we
Torn
tie the
apart.
other one to me?
Captain,
Burnt.
are you able to take this, to take the other one?
He nods his head. He says, "I'll take one if you could just grab the other."
I smack Ricardo's
Alright, I'll take shredded
thigh,
pork over
Come
there.
on, man.
Walk away after I heal him.
The mode assistant.
I'm
For
just
sexual
pouting
assault.
over by a
Um,
tree.
As you're picking them up, Yarnak, while you're there pulling your arrows and just kind of clean them off, you notice those strange lights from earlier seem to be getting pretty close.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is he the only one that notices that?
I was gonna say,
With his
I'll
passive
relay the
perception,
information to
yeah.
everybody.
Okay, yeah.
I'll relay my information to everybody and say, hey, those soul eaters are getting closer to us. It seems like.
The captain turns at your words, and then he turns back and he says, "Go, we have to hurry."
Can I assist the captain with carrying, one
Yeah.
of the bodies? Okay.
Yeah.
Just make it a little bit faster. I'm assuming, Anatoly can handle it, being a Goliath and all.
Oh, yeah. He just throws shredded pork over his shoulder and is just effortlessly carrying him back.
Don't call him shredded pork, man. That's rude.
That's the nickname I've given him right now. He's shredded pork.
Question: am I able to go over to like the east and grab my arrow from there too? Do I have time to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I'm
on the
getting all
road,
my arrows
so.
back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I had to put my count back up. I fired
Can I
5.
salvage one of my flintlock balls from the heads of,
Of course not. Not at all.
Of course not.
You are carrying them back, and as you're getting near the road, you hear a loud, piercing woman scream come from one of the lights. And then the light begins to swirl around the two hellhound bodies that you left behind.
well... I don't reckon we should, go
the
out
lights?
in either force direction to get the
No.
hides. So let's just take the ones that we can on the road.
Yeah. No, you're right. Unless someone has a mage hand or something.
No, I...
No.
No mage hand? Okay.
Is it going to require an ability check to, like, get the hides off of any?
No.
Okay. I'll take one of the hides off the
Sweet.
one I blew the head off of.
We mostly just need proof of death, is what the guy said.
I mean,
And as such, hey, are any of the eyeballs intact?
Let's see.
Alright,
One got
very
shot
creepy.
through the eye by Yarnik that killed it. One got its head blown off.
Mm-hmm.
The alpha is most likely still. The alpha still has its eyes. And,
I want the alpha's eyes.
All right.
Hey, since I've seen these now, can I turn into them?
Yeah, here. I'll send you their character sheet.
Oh,
sick.
boy!
turn into alpha. That'd be sick.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
no,
would be
don't. 'cause
cool.
You could
I
rally the
have
troops around
my
them.
only cap is there's a CR cap, but these are land animals, so
What's the CR cap for you?
I'll actually tell you. I have it bookmarked somewhere on my phone. I haven't pulled it up. I can go up to right now. I can go up to 1/4 of my current of the 1/4 CR. What I can go up to.
Okay. You can only go
I
up
don't
to
get to do
1/4.
Yep.
Okay, you can't do the alpha.
Okay.
And I'm using a homebrew for the non-alpha. So, give me a minute and I'll type it up to you.
Okay. Because I can't only go up to 1/2 by the time I reach level 4. So 1/4 is my max right now. Are we heading back?
No.
What do you mean?
We gotta
no?
go get that cockatrice or whatever that flying monstrosity is.
I thought we were gonna dump these off, get some more stuff, and come
I
back.
mean, we should probably handle the
I suppose.
almost corpses we have
Yeah.
with
I
us.
suppose.
You know, they didn't sign on to also
how
hunt a
big is this
cockatrice,
cart, would you
possible
say, Patrick?
cockatrice.
You could. It's supposed to be for whatever this flying monstrosity is, so you could put them in, and it would be fine to like carry it.
Can I fit the entire party in the back?
Dude, I'm not moving
no.
you. I'm not pulling you guys all.
No, you don't have to. I'll pull them. I just want to know if I can fit the entire party in the back.
No, it's not that. It's not a giant carriage.
Damn.
You could probably put the Hellhounds' bodies, including the Alpha, and you could put your 3 just devastated guardsmen back there, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll set them in
I'm
the
trying to remember
back.
who
So then we
third
have the
one is,
captain
but
and
there
everyone
was
in the
a-
party, right?
There was a singed one on the road. Still.
Okay. I consider turning into a horse. There's not enough. There's too many people for me to carry. I cannot turn into a horse.
Hey,
What?
I don't know.
I was gonna speed us back to town.
Corporal, can you walk?
I'm not splitting the party, so I'm not gonna turn into a horse and take these guys with me.
I asked the corporal if he's able to walk.
He stands up and he looks at his hand and he says, "Just like, bandage my hand real quick, and I can walk."
I bandaged his hand.
Okay.
You've staunched the bleeding.
Yay!
Let's go.
Very cool.
One second.
Right. So I got the eyeball of the
Thank you,
alpha.
Mac Pepper. Very cool.
Hellhound Alpha Eye. Eyes. Take 2 of these. For later. There we go.
Alright. I've
What?
had enough of you.
What?
I hate your research.
This is for science. I'm also writing.
Fuck science.
I'm just poking at the highs. Just writing
Blinded
stuff.
me with science.
What has science ever done for me?
I don't know.
You're a man
What
of
has
the
it
Lord.
done? You can't read.
It's very
I can
true.
read.
You're a man of
Mhm.
prayer.
Likely story.
Okay. Sorry, I sent you the character sheet, Rick.
Oh hell yeah, I like this. I'll say that to my line keep, so I have it.
All right. You
Very nice.
you put poor Strauss and fucking Marquis in the back alongside the corpses of, what did you have, 4 total? 4 plus the Alpha?
I thought it
3.
was 3.
3 plus the Alpha. 4 total, 3 plus the Alpha. Of the
there was one on the west, one on the east, Alpha,
mhm.
and then
The 2. No, it's 2 on the west, 1 to the east, and then the Alpha.
there's
The
2
other-
on the west.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What are you going to do? It is the middle of the night, as far as you can tell.
Well,
You got a cart full of bodies.
we got a cart full of 2 soldiers and dead hellhounds. I say we cut our losses for the night and return back to.
Can we take a nap?
I don't want to take a nap in this
I am
magical
not taking
storm
a
that's
nap
happening
in
right
this
now.
fucking forest.
Yeah. Because you know what that means? That means fucking wisdom checks for 8.5 hours.
You don't like that?
What, are you not wise or something?
I should point out,
you are not one to talk.
Loki,
Hey.
Loki, you are no longer frightened.
Oh, thank God.
We're just touching him. He's like, no, wait.
Turns around
Get a
and-
hold of yourself! I smack him back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Eric. Let's go back.
It's Mac.
Mac,
Yeah, let's
I'm
go back.
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I keep
Yeah,
doing
what the
that.
fuck? Holy shit, man.
I agree with Mac. Let's go back to town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Are
actually
there
gonna
any
give
objections?
up adventuring.
No, let's do it.
I'm
Nope.
sure the guardsmen won't object.
You hear a moan come from the inside of the cart.
Get back to town.
Oh, someone's.
You begin walking. Shut up. You begin walking. Oh, whoops. Let's see. 2 of them are down.
2 of them.
7. Okay. You begin walking back. It'll be a couple hours before you exit the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Dr. Brightstone makes me a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it.
No, please.
DC 15.
Oh, this is just awful, man.
Okay, I rolled high. 23.
The sound of the woods is making you very uncomfortable. You every now and then you swear you hear a scream come from somewhere out in the woods. But you know it's just the woods. It's just whatever this magical storm is playing tricks on your mind.
I touch Anatoly,
Don't touch me.
and I cast Guidance. So the next time he makes an ability check, he'll have a D4, and he can add it before or after.
Very cool.
About an hour passes, and Anatoly, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fun! Hold on. You said D4?
You get a
Ricardo?
D4. You can add a D4 to the roll before or after. You see what you
It's a
roll.
cantrip, correct?
We'll do it.
It's a
after,
cantrip, yep.
man.
That's sick.
Cool.
You should touch all of us with that.
No, we're not using the D4. It doesn't matter. Hit me with it. What do I hear?
You look off to your left, Anatoly, and for the briefest of moments, you see a tail flash up and behind a tree. It's covered in white spikes.
Oh,
No, please. Oh, Eric, I
no.
can't because it's a concentration, so I can only do it once.
That's not good.
I can cast it.
You have guidance too?
I
Yeah.
stopped pulling the
Nice.
cart.
Anatoly, we gotta kind of gotta
problem
hurry
there,
up back to the city. Chop chop.
I found the
We
thing
gotta
with the
go.
tail.
What?
Excuse me, what?
What do you mean?
It's in the trees.
What do you mean he's in
Look
the
at-
trees? Anatoly, look at where we are.
Look
There's
at-
no way
you're
that thing's in the
insane.
trees.
There's nothing in the trees, brother.
Oh my god!
Hogan, I'm here to tell you there's nothing in the trees.
Oh, fuck.
Look it, we've already fucking discovered that this place literally just drives us insane.
It's
So,
true.
No.
There's no way there's anything in the trees.
Dude,
I don't
it's
wanna-
There is no
flaunt-
Santa, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no
Dude.
white spiked tail in the trees, Anatoly.
No, I don't want to flaunt my intelligence or anything, but I think that's what the storm does.
Unfortunately, assistant is correct.
I am right. I did it. I think I'm right. I don't know if I'm right. I feel it.
Anatoly, roll me a persuasion check, and then who's ever trying to convince him, one of you roll me a persuasion check.
Oh,
I
this
want
will
to
be
help.
fun.
I want to help Loki convince him for the
You
persuasion
said
check.
persuasion check?
Yeah.
Oh my.
You gotta beat an 18.
I'll convince.
Oh!
Never mind!
When it doesn't matter, I roll good.
Loki's words ring true in your mind, Anatoly. You kind of shake your head and you realize, yeah, whatever is
Damn, Pascal, I
happening.
see your point.
Whatever's happening in these woods is just it's screwing with everybody. And you look again and you just see in a tree branch out in the woods, not a white tail with spikes.
I did it.
After all of that shitty combat, you finally came through.
I just can't do combat.
You again continue walking for about an hour. And
No, please.
when you exit the woods, finally,
Loud sweating.
Ahaha. We're finally out of the woods. Ahaha.
every now and then, you swear you see one of those bright lights from earlier out in the
My
woods
favorite kind.
as you're walking now into farmland. But now that thunderstorm that you had heard has abated. Instead, it's just a nice little light rain as you exit the woods.
Can we feel the rain?
Yes, you can feel the rain this time.
Good to know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Occasionally you'll hear something that isn't quite there, or you'll see a shadow out of the corner of your eyes, but you know it's just whatever this strange magical land is just trying to play tricks on
All
you.
thanks to me.
Wait, hold on.
You did this?
It's
I'm gonna fucking
approaching
interrogate you.
it's approaching midnight when you have
Where'd they
exited
go?
the woods now. It's about an hour back to Free Miraz.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Nice to be straight shot it.
Yeah, let's go.
P2.
We can sleep when we get there where there's no threat of dying.
Eh.
That's what you
Get
think.
there.
Say,
we
I
get
would
there.
say that town is 100%
My guy
safe,
doesn't sleep.
Mm.
No
Mhm.
sleep.
We can go sleep at, I forgot her name, Elephant Lady's house.
Should just take a short
Trash
rest
meal?
or something.
Uh-huh.
You continue walking back towards Free Miraz when Ishmael holds up his hand to you all, and he points, and you see a little bit off in the distance, you see one of those farmhouses, except the door is open, and it's swinging back and forth slowly.
Bless you, Bell.
In a farmhouse, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
How far off the road is it?
It's about 90 feet off to your right.
Okay. And he. Okay, so we all know this. Okay, I just want to get.
Yeah,
that.
he's
Okay.
pointing. He's pointing out that there's a farmhouse, and the door is swinging back and forth slowly, and it's open. Middle of the night.
Are there any lights coming from this house?
No, the lights are all out.
Let's go look.
Oh wait, how far is dark vision again?
60.
Okay, so I can't see anything.
We ain't see shit.
I'm down
I'm
to
fine,
approach
shit.
it, but I'm not gonna go in it.
I'll go in it.
Yeah, can I stealth a little closer?
Yeah, you can. How close
you
do you want to
want
try
I'm
to?
to
what-
stealth too, because my stealth
Does
is
it-
really good.
All
Does
right.
anybody want me to use my,
Sacred
my...
flame.
No, yeah.
Sacred flame the house.
All demons be gone.
My Blessing of the Trickster.
What's that?
What is that?
Basically, I can touch one of you, and for an hour you become more stealthy. But you
Yeah,
have
if
to
you
be
want to
willing.
use it on Mac, you can. My stealth is really good.
My
stealth is
four,
decent.
but-
Yeah, it gives you an
Myself is
advantage on dexterity checks. So, you know, I'm gonna use. I'm gonna touch your thigh and give you that, Eric.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a what was it again?
It's an
I have
advantage to
advantage?
dexterity.
Gotcha.
I have no idea
For
how
an
to
hour.
roleplay that, so I just say you say a prayer for him, and he's now more stealthy.
Basically, it just says, yeah, it's like a
Pinches
prayer.
my buttocks.
Yep.
Because it says it's a blessing.
Go get him, champ, as he slaps you on the ass.
You got it, buddy. The blessing lasts for 1 hour, so it is a blessing. So I
Alright.
assume it's like a prayer.
All right.
I would like to approach the house too.
They're
No.
very large.
So what's the
Anatoly.
point of stealthing?
Well, not like that close. Just start moving to it. Not like go to the house.
All right, how close are you two going, Yarnak and Mac Pepper.
Are there windows next to the door, or windows
Yeah.
around the side of the? Okay.
Yeah, there's a window on the left and the right. It's like a porch, and then there's a window on the left and a window on the right.
I'm gonna get within 60 feet of the windows and doors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stealth up to 60 feet so I could use my dark vision to kind of peer in. And
All right.
I'll just do the same and stay,
get
I'll stay
closer,
near Mac.
closer and closer,
We're stealthing?
depending on how much I can see or not.
Well, me and Mac
Mm-hmm.
are.
Are we all stealthing?
I'm staying away. I'm
It's
gonna
all
stay
a
by
matter
the
of if you
wagon because
want
I'm
to
gonna
come to
fuck
his
it
house
up.
or not.
And it's only 90 feet
Okay.
away, right?
I
Yeah.
Okay.
jump up in the air, and before I land on my front paws, I am changing slowly into a panther.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah,
huge.
frighten
Okay.
everyone.
Okay.
nice.
I can no longer speak.
God.
Yeah.
You hear a low, wet panther growl.
And unlike a normal black panther, this one's kind of reddish orange and has spirals in his fur.
yeah, yeah.
Actually, no, I'm gonna go with. I don't want to stay by the
Dude,
wagon
we're just
all
gonna
alone.
abandon the fucking cart.
The captain,
shit,
the captain looks at you all and he says, "I'm gonna stay here and keep an eye on my men."
There we go.
We'll make sure everything is safe with the house. Make
He
sure-
nods
I
his
can
head
no
and he
longer
says,
talk to you guys.
he nods his head and he says, "I appreciate it."
The panther purrs.
All right. I get within 60 feet of the doors and windows
Okay.
of the house.
You peer, or you're using your enhanced eyes. You look towards the house, and you notice a few things askew on the left. It'd be no, yes, your left. The house's right window.
Correct. Yeah.
The curtain seems to have been yanked down, and it's just kind of hanging in the window. It's obscuring your ability to actually peer in, but it looks like it was ripped from its hinges, basically.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check on smell?
Yeah.
Okay, so Panther has advantage because of the keen
Ooh.
smell ability. I have an advantage on wisdom saving or wisdom perception checks that rely on smell. So I'm gonna sniff the air. 19.
Huge.
Okay, well, I'll take that first one.
What do we go with?
You,
Go with the second.
coming from the house, you smell burnt flesh.
Uh-oh.
Yummy.
Oh, you can't really. That's what
I was just gonna say, yeah.
You
You smell-
motherfucker. What's
I
the
start
point of having
growling.
this if you can't
You
tell us?
you
What
smell
is it, boy?
you smell burnt flesh, but there's something else you can't quite make out. It doesn't smell like a beast or like a creature. It smells weird though. It's staining like the front of your nose.
Okay, I'm growling. I sniff the air very loudly and I start growling.
Could I make an insight check to see?
Yeah.
If we
Okay.
understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Can I also do that since I'm with Mac?
Yeah.
Can I also do that since I'm?
22.
You
Oh,
you
well,
know
if you got it, then you
yeah.
can
No,
tell.
never mind.
You realize that Dr. Brightstone is trying to tell you something's not right.
Okay. I whisper to Yarnak and is Loki? Loki, you're with us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
right
I whisper to
behind
them. I say, he smells something awry. Literally.
Literally.
you. All right, here's the plan. We all just fucking run in there.
Oh,
Not a
If-
good plan.
See, we catch them by surprise, so they
No.
can't catch us.
wait.
No. How about, here's an idea, fucking Loki. How about you do that and I'll watch you from back here?
All right.
Let the Goliath go in, guys.
See, yeah, we got
Stomp,
fear.
stomp,
We'd
stomp.
have intimidation by scaring them.
That'll be fun.
I guess I'll stealth a little closer. Let's say, whatever, another 30 feet.
I'll stay where we were before,
Roll
I'm
me a
coming
stealth
with
check.
Mac.
but I'll keep my bow out.
I'm also gonna go up there.
I'm coming with Mac.
I'm with Mac.
I think my stealth.
Am I rolling a stealth check too?
20. I've been having crazy
yeah,
rolls tonight,
who's ever
or
going
today.
up there, roll me a stealth
coming.
check.
Okay.
Okay, Panthers have a +6 to self, so I'm
Okay.
Nice.
God damn, Panthers are sick.
Let's see.
You gotta get a 7.
All right.
You guys
Oh,
are
because
fucking
because of my
sleuthy and
armor, I get a
sneaky.
-1 to stealth, so I'm at 0. Okay.
I'm in cat mode.
You're all
Sneak
as
out, fucking
you're all as quiet as it can be as you make your way
Yeah.
towards
Damn.
the house. You are about 30 feet away. You see into the other window, Mac Pepper, that the curtains on this one have been torn away, and you swear you see a very low light coming from that window.
Can we hear anything right now?
No.
You're deaf.
I whisper as quiet as possible to Loki about the light.
Well, you don't want to tell the Panther with us? Wait, does he understand? Wait,
Or
okay.
I can, yes, no, I can hear you guys. I
Oh,
maintain
okay.
my
His own
intelligence.
conscience, he's
I just
limited
can't.
to
I
his
just
form.
actually can't speak.
Out of character, I'm gonna say this. We need to get a little bit better with communicating. Finding shit out and then not telling people is not a good way to go about this.
I'd like to clarify that Yarnak heard you even though he's back there. And it's duly noted, thank you very much.
Oh, that was out of character. That wasn't.
No, I know.
So, do you think it would be a good idea to get, like, close to the door and see if we could
Something
see
is
him?
clearly wrong in this house, and I'm dying to know what.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious, too, so...
I look over as Mac, and I kind of like nod my head towards the door.
Okay.
You don't need to make an insight check. You can tell
Okay.
he's trying to tell you, like, hey.
I was looking at these goddamn character sheets for a few
I'm
weeks trying
going
to figure
to,
out how I can communicate non-verbally, because I can't tell you guys anything.
Panthers communicating through pure body language.
I'm going to draw my great axe, just to be ready in case.
Do I have...
Okay. I guess
So I will not be having my
I'll
shield.
another stealth check and stealth will get as close to the house as possible.
Can I do like, I think I want to draw my mace, but can I go to, like, the side of the door and kind of try to peek in and see anything?
Sure. You guys' stealth is good enough for now.
Okay, so we don't have to...
For now,
I was gonna
ooh.
use my advantage.
You make it up to the door, Loki, and peering inside, you see a woman lying a few feet from the door in the middle of an entryway. She's not moving.
Can I tell if she's breathing or anything?
You see she is not breathing. It's dark. Oh, wait, you have dark vision, don't you?
I do have dark vision.
Well, never mind. What you
fucking dead.
see is rather shocking. She looks completely dried out, like a husk.
I don't like this. I'm leaving.
Got mind flayers.
No, please.
I'm assuming I could see
How
this
far
too
away are
since
we?
I was at
Yeah,
the
how
door.
far away
Yep.
from?
Okay.
Yep. You're right up at the door. She's lying in the middle of the hallway, a few feet from the door.
Okay.
And then there's the hallway branches off to the left and right, where the windows were, respectively.
Okay. I want to go up and smell this lady.
Oh, God.
Sure.
Are you gonna go in?
Oh, I forgot you were a panther.
I'm a
You
panther.
make your way into the house and you
Why are you smelling
sniff,
lady?
and unmistakable, you smell the after effects of magic on her.
I bare my teeth and I look at the other three and I start growling, or four now, I guess.
I draw my rapier.
I'm not there. I'm
Oh
back.
yeah, okay. There's three then.
So the way this house is there's a path to the left, path to the right, where you saw the windows respectively. The lady's lying in the middle of the hallway, and then behind her, about another 15 feet, you see that it turns, and there's stairs that lead upstairs. Where do you want to go?
Split the group. split the group.
Alright, gang, let's
Never
split.
Actually,
again.
I'm gonna load my pistol. My pistol's loaded. I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna use that. I'm not gonna use it, but I'm just gonna be like.
You're just
Basically-
gonna blast.
I start blasting.
Anyway, I start blasting. My teeth are bared and my claws are out.
I draw it. So my plan is here that if we do get in the combat unexpectedly, I'm gonna shoot right a fucking way a signal. I'm shooting.
Anyway, that's
No
not a
matter the
blast.
distance. Yeah.
Started
Hopefully the rest of the gang will get the fucking notice.
I do want to point out that we're all in a spooky house, and I'm
Okay,
an
I just
animal
want to
right
start
now.
blindly swinging.
This is
anywhere
actually
I go.
Scooby Doo.
So, gang, let's split up. We should have
That's what I'm saying. 2 and 2.
I kind of
Going
agree with
to-
the split up. Maybe
No.
don't go-
Not in
No.
this house. There's a
in this
husk
house?
of a woman in there.
And it's well, okay, we don't know.
I'm
but
about to
it's
come
not
out dry.
I'm dry.
Maybe, should we check upstairs?
So I want to get this straight. It's kind of like a cross.
Yeah.
Like, the shape of the layout is like a cross, right?
Pretty
'Cause
much,
there's-
yeah.
Okay.
Stairs
You
that
know,
lead
that you
upstairs
know,
again.
there's a room to your left and a room to your right, because that's where the windows are. And
Correct,
obviously,
yeah.
there's an upstairs of some kind.
Okay. Makes sense.
We should
I
clear the first floor
I
first.
exit
I
the
walk
house
down
and
the
I
hallway.
peer. Okay, never mind. You go ahead first.
walk down the hallway and I'm gonna boop the left door with my nose.
Just picture you going.
You boop the door open, and peering inside, left, okay, yes. You peering inside, you see that this is the dining area / the kitchen. And then lying underneath the window, seemingly somehow in their death throes, a man has ripped the curtains out from the wall, and it's now lying askew. And he, like the woman, is a dried out husk.
Damn.
I'm gonna exit the house and peer in, like, hands pressed against the window, the right window, and look in. Without actually, like, entering, like, going through the door, you know what I mean?
Going out and around and looking in.
Yeah,
You
I'm going
see,
out and around. Yeah, correct.
just floating in the middle of the room, this.
Oh,
Okay, hold on a minute.
Oh.
Hey, wait.
Oh.
I like it, the fun stuff.
Oh. Oh,
Oh,
no!
let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
I
Zoink Scoob.
I scurry back into where Loki and the Panther are, and I tap them both on the shoulder and motion with my thumb just to, we gotta get out of here.
Damn, man, no one told me anything.
No one says
My-
anything to Anatoly.
How do I describe this?
You're with Yarnak, right?
No, I'm in the
No,
He's
the
out- he's
house
out
with
there.
you
Everybody
guys.
went in the house.
What?
That's why you were saying
I
Yeah.
rolled a
2 and 2.
stealth
Yeah.
check.
Oh
Yeah, he did.
man,
Yeah.
I am
You
so
guys
sorry.
just don't like me.
I'm outside the house with my bow drawn.
I can tell I'm the forgettable one.
I am so sorry.
You
Hey,
guys
I
use
do
me to
that-
pull the
Just not
cart
there.
and that's about it.
I do that. I
Like a
tap
mule.
everyone on the shoulder
You're
that's
a
there,
bull.
including the Panther, and motion with my finger that we need to get out of here.
I say fuck you. I'm kidding. I
Say no.
The panther looks confused.
The panther tilts its head.
Fuck.
You can tell that if the panther had eyebrows, they'd be furrowed.
I don't want to. I speak in the quietest voice possible. I say soul eaters, and I point to the right door.
soul what? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Panther's eyes are wide.
He farted and shits.
I guess I'll take the lead and start stealthing out of the house and back to
I want to go in the room. man.
Yarnak, and I tell Yarnak what I saw.
As you are exiting the house, are you all following him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following him.
As you
fine.
are exiting the house, going right through the door, the right door, this light stops at the front door.
Oh my god.
And you hear a loud woman's yell, and it rises up to the ceiling and goes through the ceiling of the house.
It's like Omnigo.
Is everyone outside the house now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose.
I hurry back to Yarnak.
Yeah,
who I-
the Panthers just sprinting full 50 feet
Who I
back to
then
the car.
when I'm next to Yarnak, I tell him, hey, there are dried, well, I suppose I only saw the one. There's a dried husk of a woman and a soul eater inside of that house.
I see. That's exactly why I didn't go in there.
I guess I'll hurry back to the cart then and tell the captain.
Are you all going back to the cart?
I'm at the cart because I'm very fast, but I can't speak, so I'm just kind of curled up in it.
I suppose I'll return to the car.
You return, and the captain nods his head, and he...
Wait.
You all return to the cart, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain, the captain nods his head, and he says, "Damn it! He says, you can kill them, but..." He shakes his head and he says, "One of them brings you down. There's no bringing you back, if you know what I mean."
Oh damn! Jesus.
And as he says this, you hear the piercing scream come from the house yet again. And then the light appears out the side of the house, and it just kind of hovers for a second, and then it begins going towards the woods that you just came from.
Oh my.
Damn.
I asked the captain, is it normal for soul eaters to venture outside of the woods?
He shakes his head and he says, "It must have been because of that damn storm."
Jesus.
He sheaths his sword and he says, "There's nothing we can do for them. I'll tell the temple in the morning. They'll send somebody out here."
I sheath my rapier and I nod.
Well, excuse me. Says, "We should get back. I was going to suggest that we maybe rest for a little bit out here, but with soul eaters out and about, I don't trust it."
I agree. Let's head back.
I also agree.
I too agree.
I can't speak.
Yeah.
Panther sidles up along the cart.
Are you just gonna stay up here? Never mind.
I guess the Panther is better than stats than I do.
About an hour passes, and you find yourselves outside of Freemeraz.
I'm Pat Ricardo.
I morph back.
I was worried
I
about
was actually like going to ask it. I was really like, who is petting the panther? Because I know someone wants to.
The guards see you all approaching, and they open
Actually,
the door.
as we walk up to the guards, I like morph back. Like I'm clearly a panther, but before we get to the gate, and I kind of like stand up.
They honestly don't look surprised at all.
You thought that was so cool.
It's still cool. They're just stupid.
Party members, dude.
They've probably seen worse.
That's true.
That's true.
Literal souls get sucked out of fucking people.
Suck your soul.
I
It is-
morph back and I start writing in my notebook.
It's about 1 in the morning, and you're standing in the streets of Freemeraz. The streets are empty, obviously. People are sleeping. Captain Ishmael turns to you all, and he says, "I'm going to get poor Strauss and Marquis here over to the temple. They passed on the way here."
Oh no!
He shakes his hand and says, "Don't worry, they'll be able to bring him back."
Fascinating.
Corporal Harrison here is going to head over there as well to see if he can get his wounds treated. And he nods his head and he says, "Honestly, that would have gone much worse if you all hadn't been there. I do thank you. I'll put in the good word for you all."
And
for
that's the one. That's why we're the ones with the notebook.
Appreciate it. Appreciate all the help.
I'll also make note that there were 2 pelts that were unable to be recovered. I'm sure you'll be compensated for them.
Let's go.
Fantastic.
Hog chain.
We get a couple poggers and free Miraz.
I appreciate your cooperation, Captain.
I approach him and give him knocks.
Hey, thanks, Chief.
You shall be a footnote in my grand report.
I ask him if there's a tavern that we could sleep at nearby.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a-
sleep
Well,
in.
no, like an inn
I see.
or something.
Or
Yeah.
an inn, tavern.
I was gonna say, he said tavern doesn't mean like, really, it's 1 a.m., we're back to Mason Jacobs still trying to find a fight. In
We're curing our wounds. Let's just get sauced.
Just
fuck
almost
it.
died.
Get sauce to get
Get
the
some
fight
ale,
at
let's
another
go!
What should we do with the pelt? Do we have the pelts or the
They're on the
corpses
cart.
of? Oh, they're on the cart. What should we like? Is there
Is the
anyone to
crier
deliver?
still in the town square that we
Is there
returned
anyone
these
to
pelts
deliver
to?
this?
It's
hour?
1 in the morning. He's sleeping.
Let's take a long rest.
The captain nods his head and he says, "Just leave the cart here. The guards will keep an eye on it. In the morning, you can bring it to the town square." He says, "As for a place to stay, well, the one that I would recommend is the Guardsman's Stop, which is just up the street from here. It's not much. The beds are rather sparse, but you can sleep soundly there. And if not, you can always check in with the Merchants Guild. They take in travelers all the time."
Thank you.
How expensive is the inn? Do you know?
It's 1 princey a night for the inn. That's not counting food.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You guys will head to the inn then.
He nods his head and he starts getting some of the other guards from around to help him carry the bodies of Strauss and Marquis back to the temple.
You guys want to head to the inn then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You walk into the inn, and a very annoyed-looking dwarf looks up from the counter.
1 in the morning.
And he looks outside, and he says, "Bloody hell, do you know how late it is?"
I thumb over behind everybody.
Sir?
I go up to talk to him, and I go, "Yeah, we just got back from hunting."
He brings his hand up to his eyes, and he rubs his eyes, and he goes, all right, how many rooms?"
We can all share a bed.
Can we
How
now?
how many beds per person? How many people would you say?
What?
fit?
How
You
many
take more
beds?
than one bed?
Alright, I push Dr.
Alright.
Bright out of the way and I say, how many beds are in each room?
Yeah.
For 1 princey, it says for 1 princey, you can get a room with 1 bed and 1 couch.
How big is the couch?
I wouldn't really fit you, cat, but human over there, and he points at you, Mac Pepper. He says, "I'm sure he could get well enough a night of sleep, yeah." And then
Human.
I point to my ears and I say, actually, I'm a half elf.
you hear him grumble a little bit, and then he says, "Are you paying or not?"
Yes, yes, I am. Let's mark that princey off my inventory then.
Yeah.
Who wants to bunk with Mac? Sleep on the couch.
I'll
Wait, we're
take
sharing
the
the couch?
No, I'm taking the
'Cause
bed.
I'm
I'm
probably
paying.
one of the people that can actually fit on the couch. I'll take
Yeah.
the couch.
Yeah.
I'm paying. I get the bed.
I buy
And
my
I
own
thank
room.
Mac Pepper for covering
Alright.
my housing.
You buy your own room. Anatoly and Loki.
I'm
7 feet tall, so.
I'm gonna put my arm around fucking, goddamn, what's her name, Ricardo?
Dr. Bright.
Miss Dr. Stone.
Come on, man. What's the deal, man?
And I'm saying, I'm bunking with you tonight.
Wait.
Go on.
No.
Yep.
Wait. None of you guys. Alright, I'm.
If you're bucking
I
with
got
me,
my,
you're paying.
I got my situation covered.
No, I'm not
Mine too,
paying.
dude.
Yeah, right?
Why?
You make me pull the cart, this is compensation.
You got a bunk with Mac, and I don't.
Dr. Bright, I swear I just saw you
I
turn
put my
into a
hand on my chest.
panther.
I say, "We're full."
I'll demote you right now.
You see, Dr. Bright, you have the ability to be
Loki needs a
another
roommate.
form. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Once
I need
again,
a
I put my
To be what?
arm
to
on
be
Dr.
another
Bright
form, is that correct?
and
Since
say,
you were
"I
just
got
a
couch."
panther?
Okay, here's the
What's
question.
the smallest form we can take?
If I wild shape to sleep, do I wake up with my wild shapes back?
Yeah.
Okay, hold
So
on.
essentially, Dr. Bright, you could turn
I-
into, I don't know, a house cat?
That's
Even if you're
exactly.
just a panther again,
Okay,
take the couch,
I
man.
pay the dwarf the gold, and I turn into a small tabby cat and walk to my room.
Yes.
I follow in suit.
Loki, what are you doing?
Well, it looks
getting
like
my own
Loki's
room.
buying his own room, man.
Alright.
Yeah, I already. Unless they want to share a room.
Hey, the
How big
floor's
are you,
open in
how
our
big are
room.
you, Loki?
I think I'm like 5'7".
Jeez.
All right,
Yeah.
saddle up. We're going to Dr.
What
Bright's
race are
room.
you? You're a human, right?
I'm
Oh, no, you're a
half
half-elf.
You get
high
bed.
elf, I'm sorry.
Oh, high elf. Holy shit.
Wait, Dr. Bright's a tabby cat, so couldn't he just
You know what?
share
I'm on
the
a couch.
foot of the bed?
Yeah.
I'm just getting my own
The
room.
foot
I
of the
got
bed.
plenty.
I'm on the couch.
I mean, it's like a normal
Dude,
cat.
I'm on the couch.
What? Who else
And
is
it's
in our
totally,
room?
you cannot fit on the couch.
My legs are just hanging over.
Just dangling.
I
Who else
thought
is
you
in
was.
our room that you need to be in the couch?
Well, I
How
thought
much
you
does
were gonna take the
Anatoly
bed.
weigh?
He's a
I'm
cat.
340
I'm a little
pounds.
cat.
He's huge. He's like 300
Like, no,
pounds and
I'm
7
staying
feet
out of
tall.
this. Like I said,
All right.
my house
If you're gonna be a
situation
cat,
is
I'm taking the bed then.
Okay. I'm a
I
tabby cat.
assumed since you were paying, you were gonna get
As long
the
as
bed.
my wild shapes come back. Actually, you know what? I rescind what I said about turning into a cat.
Are you
I'm a
taking the
hellhound.
bed?
I'm
Dude.
I'm
So
on
are
the
you
couch.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright, someone get him.
Oh my god.
I howl in the inn at night.
You better not. That's not.
If you do, I'm coming to your room and I'm killing you.
Well, listen, here's my motivation. We just killed these things. I took one of their eyeballs. I figured out how to turn into one. I gotta see what it's like.
yeah, you have time to
That's
do
not
that
the.
somewhere
This is not
else.
the place to do it. We are in a city, Mr. Brightstone.
I didn't change till I went to my room.
You're gonna be howling. Ooh. No.
At about 2 in the morning, you hear a loud banging on your door, Brightstone, Anatoly, and Loki.
I ignore
What
it.
do you want?
You bloody well better shut that hound up or you're out of my inn, you hear from the other side of the door.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys
I
are gonna get
stand up in the
evicted?
couch.
You guys are
I
about to get
walk
sent
in
to
a
the fucking
circle,
street.
need the cushion, and lay down.
Like
You
a
hear
good boy.
very angry stomping down the hall. Alright.
I refill my swashing points, guys.
You sleep through the night. It is now morning.
Is this a long rest?
It is a
technically?
long rest.
Sick.
Sometimes through the
Everyone's
night, I
healed.
woke up as normal. That only lasts for an hour.
Well, there you go.
What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
Fell asleep a hellhound, woke up back to your normal form.
Woke up with my bag.
Wait, does that mean when you woke up you were curled up like you were as a hellhound when you fell asleep?
Probably.
Oh, yikes.
What?
Nothing.
This group.
You know how easy it is to just be like, oh, I'll pay the one gold. Hey, do you want to bunk with me? Alright, sure. I get bed, you get couch.
Yeah, it's weird how our
Everyone
room
in this
was-
goddamn room is the hugest person in the party for some reason.
So buy a room, it's one fucking gold!
I tried!
gonna say, like-
Anatoly came with me, I tried to buy my own room, he came with me.
Like, me and Matt got our whole situation sorted out in literally 15 seconds. He was
I
like,
tried to
who
buy
wants
my
to
own
bunk with me?
room.
And I was like, I'm a human, I can fit on the couch, I'll share with you. And he was like, okay. And then we went to sleep.
I tried to buy my own room, you saw what happened.
Oh my fucking
You
god.
shapeshifted into a fucking tabby cat and then went back and shapeshifted into a fucking hellhound and started howling in the room an hour after you got into there, while Loki and fucking Anatoly shared a bed or something. I don't know what fucking happened there.
No, I got my
Simultaneously
own room.
ignored the innkeeper when he was like, hey,
Hey, I didn't ignore him. I said, what the fuck do you want?
You didn't even open the door or anything. You were just like, what? And he's like, hey, shut up. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I'm in my own room. I'm in my own room. I said I paid for a room.
We went to sleep eventually.
okay.
And you woke up in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yep.
We fucking did it.
Congrats, you managed to sleep through your first long rest.
Yeah,
Hey, we-
spell slots are back. Let's go.
All your health is back, spell slots are back, yep.
Let me put these spell slots back in here. Okay.
Shit. That was a night. Outside of the bartering with the innkeeper for some reason, or with each other for some reason, that was a night.
I did not want.
Oh,
I
we
did
should
not
probably
want this.
return back to the cart and get our.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
let's go to
man.
the town crier.
You're gonna make me pull the cart? This is the type of thing that's gonna happen. So, get used to it.
Let's go to the
So
crier.
let's head back to the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
You exit the tavern and you notice that the dwarf is already about a mug into his beer when he looks at you go. And you hear the door lock behind you as soon as you exit the tavern.
Can't take you anywhere.
Making your way back to the gate, you find a very familiar looking person standing there because they're still wearing their full plated helmet. Captain Ishmael turns around and he looks at you and he gives a quick nod and he motions over to the cart, and inside you see all of the hellhound bodies there. And as you approach, he walks up to you all and he says, I was able to get some pay or some compensation for those 2 missing pelts, and he hands a total of 10 princey over to you.
Nice.
Like 10 princey each, or just 10 in general?
Just 10 total.
Oof. How many of those?
5.
There's 5? Okay, everyone
Yeah.
take 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
so
math, man.
If I'm the scientist, you aren't.
I get Dr. Bright's. I get Dr. Bright's share.
Nope. I took mine already. Reach in the back, take out 2.
Alright, I suppose we should deliver this to the crier then. Or,
Yep.
yeah, that's the, yeah.
Yes.
Wait, how much did we make?
2 each.
2.
We each made
2
2
each right
pieces
now.
from that.
Wait.
Alright.
Until you want to take the cart.
Would you be
Yep.
so kind?
Thank you.
I say it with an attitude.
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
take the cart.
Do you want it?
The cart?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let go of the cart and I'm gonna look at Loki and say, well, can you fucking carry it?
I don't know. Let me try a strength check. What's my strength? I'm at 4. We'll see.
You have 4 strength?
Yeah.
Bro,
Why are you not
Bro,
carrying
you're
things?
strong as shit!
What the fuck?
Fuck you. That's why. Yeah. All my stuff
Oh
went into
wait, what am I
everything
talking about?
else. Wait.
My strength is 7.
Bro!
Oh.
Dude, take the cart! What the fuck?
I grab the card and pull it from.
Yes, I
Oh
can.
my god, you can bench press this cart. What the
What the
fuck?
fuck? He's taking. You're
You
taking
want
the
nat
cart,
20,
dude.
bro! I'm sitting here
Guns
thinking everyone's
explode in
weak, but
face.
then
Alright,
you guys are
uh,
the beefed up most beefed up people in the world.
After you sit and argue over who takes the cart, Loki just starts dragging the cart along, and hey, look at that! You make it to the town square, cart in tow. And the town crier is standing up on his box, and he notices you all approaching, and he nods his head, and he hops down from his box, and he approaches you all, and he holds his arms out wide, and he said, "Ah, yes, completion of this contract. You're back a little sooner than expected. This was... No, well, whatever. Let me take a look at the
Wait,
pelts."
hold hold on. What do you mean we're back a little sooner than expected?
Well,
he thought we were gonna die.
He shakes his head. Oh, no, nothing like that. It was expected to take 3 days for that trip, but
Oh yeah, we were
I
pretty
suppose
fast.
with that storm that rolled through, maybe the hellhounds were a little bit more active than they usually are. So let me take a look at the pelts.
Oh, speaking of that, I got a question for you, Crier.
Yes.
So, I got a weird suspicion. These storms, do they do things to your mind?
You're asking
Yeah.
You're asking a crier this.
He might know. He lives here.
He's not very smart.
He looks at you and he looks kind of confused and says, "Look, all I know is you're not supposed to go into the woods in the middle of a storm."
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks over the pelts and then he looks at you and he says, "Oh, is that an alpha body I see there?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll fetch a pretty penny and a pretty princey indeed, he says.
Yes.
He looks at you all and he says, "All right, I believe the agreed upon agreement was 5 princey per pelt, correct?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be 15 princey for those 3, and I will double that for the alpha. That would be 30 princey total.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Yeah, that works.
Any sort of bonus for
Nice.
Doing math in my head, making sure. I just had to remember we had 5, not 6. I was like, how can we make this enough to divide 6 evenly? But we got 5, so it works.
Yeah, we're good. What do you say, Mac?
nothing.
Oh.
Alright.
I whisper into Dr. Bright's ears. I
So
say,
you had it right the first time. You're gonna say Dr. Stone.
Dr.
Come
Stone's
on.
ear.
Come on, man.
And I say, well, I mean, we liberated 3 days early.
True.
True.
Technically 2 days early, but yeah.
2 days early, excuse me.
Yeah. Do we get anything to because we
T-Shake
Completed it
said,
in a-
"No, not at all. The job was to just take them out. It was expected to take 3 days, but getting done early isn't like, I mean, good job."
Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll take the gold.
So
what is it?
we take
It's
we
6
take
each.
the princey. I just have
Yeah.
a general question
6,
for the
you said?
crier.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 each.
Okay.
Um,
I'll go add that in right now.
How do these contracts, like, does someone just post these, or like how do these get ordered?
Good point.
Well,
Question.
depends on where they come from. This contract specifically came down from the council because there was an attack out on the road. Same thing with that flying monstrosity one. And depends. So occasionally we get sponsors from some of the more nobles or from the more well-off here in town. In fact, I'm sure that Alpha Pelt will be sold off to one of these nobles, for example. But occasionally they do send out contracts just looking for various trinkets or pelts or what have you.
What do you think they're gonna do with the Alpha Pelt?
Most likely it'll hang in in their trophy room.
Dope.
Besides that, occasionally the Merchants Guild will have a carriage job, and very rarely will try to get an expedition, or some noblemen will try to get an expedition together.
Interesting. Thank you.
He nods his head, and he signals over a couple of assistants, some younger lads, and they begin pulling this cart, and he goes back to his box to read off the daily news.
Can we listen to the daily news?
Yeah, you totally can.
Is there anything important?
No, the daily news does list off about how there was a storm from last night, and he also talks about how the patrols that came back last night all came back safe and sound despite the storm, and that's about it. There isn't really anything really of note.
Okay.
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
Listen here, town crier. Does he have a name?
Yes. He says his name is Dietrich.
Okay, Dietrich. You know anyone who might know about the storms and like what that was about? Cause we just saw some crazy stuff, and that's not cool.
He stops and he says, "Well, if anybody would know, it'd be one of the Magic Guild member or one of the Magic Guild council members."
God damn it.
The people that Ricardo hates.
So, does the artificers fall into that category? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
There's 3 guilds, and the person who's the point person for my guild is gone all the time. Mrs. Carillion is in the woods somewhere, so I have to talk to an artificer.
I'll do you a solid. Next time we go talk to Artificers Guild, I mean, you don't have to come into the room. I can do
Good.
the talking.
I hate them. They're very. They cling and clang, and they're made out of metal. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's a perversion of magic.
Says the fucking cat.
It's I am at one with nature, assistant. Gaze upon my claws, and I unsheath my claws.
Alright, well, we should get going for that fucking monstrosity. Back
Good
at
point.
it again.
Oh my god, it's 5 o'clock. 5:30.
Yeah, we've been going for a while.
Jesus.
Are there any?
Should we
We
stop at any
you want to do
stops
some
or
stuff?
anything?
You want to do some stuff in the city before we go out?
No, I don't want to do anything in the city.
I've only lost 1 bullet, so like I don't feel the need to resupply.
I literally have
on
my
that.
arrows back.
I didn't really do
we
much
long
as far as
rested.
damage goes. Unless we want to talk to more magic people and see what they
No,
got.
fuck the people.
I mean, we should probably talk to them in case.
I'd be
next
down
time.
to ask.
Yeah.
I figured that Dr. Stone over here wouldn't
Wait.
actually want to speak to these people, but if you
Oh,
want
this
to,
is a running
then we
gag
can.
now.
We're asking about the forest.
About the soul suckers.
Just about the soul eaters, the storm.
We can go.
Forest,
I'd rather
general
not talk to
questions.
them,
You don't
Well,
have
then
to talk
someone
to
else
them.
can do the
but you
talking.
guys can.
No, yeah, we gotta.
Tell them I sent you.
I
You're
don't
coming
know.
with. You're just sitting outside. Like
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
cat.
Wait.
Do you want me to pet you while we're outside?
I'll turn into a rat and go in your butthole.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
You heard me.
Well,
Oh
I wish I didn't.
This just turned weird.
That's disturbing.
All I need is 1 HP.
I'll attack.
Against a rat.
I'll
That
literally
would be-
grab you and squeeze you like a
Fiona.
can.
All
And
right.
kill you.
So, what are you all doing?
Let's go back to the artificers.
Yeah, I guess we'll go speak to the artificers without.
I nominate Dr.
Stone.
Bright to talk to him.
I'm not talking to Gunrick again.
Come on. Do it for the team.
I'm sending
What's the
an
guild?
assistant.
What's the guild that you hail from? Oh, yeah, what's
The
name
Way
of it?
Watchers.
The
The
Weight
Weight
Watchers,
Watchers.
right?
Come on, guys.
Weight
On a
Watchers. Kitty cat on a diet.
Dude.
Not the Weight
on.
Watchers, the Way Watchers.
Where's your
W-A-Y.
I prefer
WIGHT.
Wait a minute.
Where's your IAMs?
Are we
Anyway,
Yeah, man.
are you going? You're going to the
Make it.
Artificers Guild.
Let's go
Yep.
speak to the artificers.
Yeah, with Mr. Weight Watcher here.
All right,
Come on, man.
making your way back through the city. Or the guilds are right across the street. You walk into the Artificers Guild, and again, there's a very bored-looking halfling sitting at the counter. There's a couple of acolytes. You see them. They're kind of. They're casting magical spells into strange little contraptions. You don't know why. And the halfling's just kind of sitting there, and he looks up at you all as you approach.
I
And
go up to that halfling.
all right,
Oh, you're taking it. Okay.
Oh, so now you're talking.
Hi. I'm Dr. Bright. Do you remember me?
no.
You're about to turn around and just walk
I
away.
put my paw in my head and I go, okay, well, I'm from the Way Watchers Guild, and I talked to Gunrick a few days ago, and I'm not talking to Gunrick again, so I'm gonna send my assistant in, Mac Pepper.
I wave.
Are you a member of any of the guilds? He says to Mac Pepper.
No, I'm not.
He's hired help.
I guess, no, I'm not.
How'd you ever second guess that?
He looks at you, Brightstone, and he says, "One moment, please." And he climbs down from his desk, off of his little box, and he goes back to he goes back into the back rooms. And after a couple moments pass, he comes back and he hops back up on his box and he says, "Only guild members may go and meet with..."
Ah, son of a bitch.
Well, Dr. Bright, I hate to say it, buddy, but you are a guild member, so you need to go in there and speak to them.
Is Gunrick here?
He nods his head.
Can I see Gunrick?
"One moment, please." He gets down from his box again, and he goes wandering into the back rooms. And a moment passes, and he comes back out, and he gets up on his box, and he kind of puts his head in his hand, and he says, "Office 3A, first one on your left."
I just want to point out, I would die for this halfling. I just want to throw that out there. I would die for this man.
Goddamn snail lady from Monsters Inc.
Like I said the first time, it's the fairy godmother bit in Shrek 2.
I walk down to Office 3A and I knock on the door, unless it's open, in which case I walk through the door.
The door is closed. You knock, and you hear,
I cast Thaumaturgy and knock the door open.
you knock the door open, and Gunrick looks up over at you, and he says, "What the fuck?" "It's come in, I suppose."
I sit down, and I take the chair and I face it towards the back, so I'm sitting forward on the chair, but it's facing back.
In a very informative pose.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you, and then he adjusts a little knob on his metal arm, and a huge blast of steam comes out his shoulder off to his right. And then he kind of flexes his fingers and goes, "That's better." He says, "Yes, Dr. Brightstone. To what do I owe the pleasure for this today?"
Okay, Gunrick. When I left town, you was the, magical guild point person, neglected to mention that there are soul eaters here, and that they appear in the forest of which I've just encountered.
Is that what they call those bloody things out there? Look, I'm sure you heard of them back in the old world. Will-o'-the-wisps? They're not super common. I don't know why they call them bloody soul eaters out here in Federation lands. But at least back in Caradon lands, they were will-o'-the-wisps.
Okay.
Are we back here, or is it
And
just...
why are they here?
No, it's just him. Okay.
I don't bloody well know. That's more of a Way Watchers thing. I don't really care.
Gunrick, I hope you see my problem here. Mrs. Carillion is out.
Yes, I know. Your representative is always disappearing off into those damned woods.
She has important work, Gunrick.
What is your point? What are you getting at, Dr. Brightstone?
I have just encountered a magical storm, an illusory storm, in the forest, and I was wondering if you know anything about it.
Well, I know that they come through every now and then. I know that the one last night was particularly bad.
I was in it.
And then then you know that if you're out in the woods there, you'll see and hear things that aren't necessarily there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. You'd have to ask the Way Watchers. But for whatever reason, the Wisps get agitated in those storms. And the particularly intense ones for... What is that carnival music I hear in the background?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm playing Celeste.
Okay.
He's clowning.
We don't particularly know why, nor do we really care in the Artificers Guild here, but the particularly intense storms, they cause strange phenomena. The will-o'-the-wisp out there is the least of your worries during these storms. I'd recommend you just stay inside during one.
Stay. Okay, Gunrick. This may not be clear to a metalworker such as you, but I have to go onto the field to do research. I can't very well stay inside.
Well, the best I can offer you is just keep your wits about you.
My wits are always about me, Gunrick.
Yes, I can.
Shows there.
I can very well tell. I've had the pleasure of this twice now.
Is that all you can offer me?
Yes, you know that I don't work with what you all work with nature.
I figured as such. Do you know if there's any Way Watchers I could possibly talk to other than Carillion?
I believe I told you yesterday that there was a few acolytes here and there, but they were all on their own way. There was yes, acolyte Johann. He's been studying under Carillion for about the last year or so. He was heading out towards New Tranquility, last I heard.
Okay. New Tranquility. I happen to be heading that way, so I guess I'll see if I can find someone who might have actual useful information.
He nods and he says, "Again, the offer is open, Dr. Brightstone. You could always come to the Artificers Guild."
Would rather lose all of my limbs and be turned into a soccer ball. Thank you, Gunrick.
We can replace those limbs, as you can see here, and he points to his arm.
I see that. I'll be seeing you, Gunrick.
He nods his head and you kind of hear, and he says, "I really hope I won't be seeing you." And he turns his chair around and starts to pull out some more files from his filing cabinets.
Okay, I return to the party.
Did you get all your answers you wanted?
How'd it go?
I look at Assistant Pepper and I just sigh. And I go, it looks like we're headed to New Tranquility.
You know, maybe he'd treat a fellow artificer better. What if I joined?
Well, if you join, you can't work with me.
Are you sure? What if
Shit,
I
join the
join?
Artificers. I don't want to work with your ass.
Unless you lose a limb, I'll make an exception. I could probably fix it, granted.
I'm honored that you would let me join the Artificer Guild. I'm holding
As a
back
ploy
laughter.
to infiltrate their base, and not in genuine. For
Oh
an
yeah,
arm.
no, I'm sure. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I'd only do it to be under you and
Yes,
do whatever you will is necessary. Yeah.
yes.
One of the acolytes on the other side of the room jumps with joy, and you see a little mechanical spider crawling around on a table now.
Ooh.
I gag.
Come on, man. Why are you always so mad?
Mad the Artificer, maybe.
Don't be.
Let's leave.
I just
Where do I
want
want to be in here?
I want to point out that somebody came into the stream at some point and said, "So you Pee-wee's gonna play?" Left that comment and left.
Well, you probably thought we were gonna have like a visual or something.
Probably.
Coward. To that man or woman. Hi, kitty.
Hi.
That's to my cat and to Greatstorm.
All right.
Well, shit.
What's next on the
No!
list?
Monstrosity.
The monstrosity.
We still need the cart.
We have the cart. We just gotta
Yeah.
go get it.
That's
We had the cart.
having
We-
the cart and having to go get it are different. things.
We have the cart.
The cart
You are-
is over there, which does not mean
Go
we have
grab it!
it. Me go grab it.
Wait, no, I thought I was carrying it because that's
No,
why I
we
rolled
delivered it.
strength.
No, we
didn't
delivered it.
bring
We can go get it from the crier.
into the Artificers Guild, did we?
I thought we were waiting outside.
No, I brought you guys in to see if I could pawn one of you off and talk to Gunrick, and I couldn't, so I had to have that long conversation with Gunrick.
You know what? I should have used my forgery kit. Wait. I can
He has a
forge
forgery kit.
documents. So I could basically make it seem like I'm in the Artificers.
Are you kidding me?
I, no.
Pretty funny.
I mean, he straight up asked if you're part of the guild, and you said no, so...
I didn't say anything, actually.
Why would I'm not gonna lie.
The intelligence is really high here.
An honest pirate, I see.
I'm a swashbuckler, not a pirate.
Your dad was a
Yeah.
pirate.
Well,
You've also
more
said you're a
sailor.
pirate in a sense.
More of a
true.
sailor than a pirate, so.
What do sailors
When are we gonna
do?
get a boat?
They sail. What do you mean? They help on the
That's
the
it?
ship. Well, I mean, they help with the ship.
No science?
Alright, so what are you gonna do?
Let's,
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer to everybody, but we've been going on this for a
we should
while.
probably wrap up.
Yeah.
You guys want to wrap up? That's fine.
Yeah, let's get, I don't know, hunker down, get ready to go to New Tranquility for that flying beast.
Alright.
And
Was
then
that
end it there.
at New? No, where
Yes.
was the contract for the Flying Beast again?
The Hellhounds were on the road, and the flying beast is in New Tranquility.
Really?
Like, close to it, yes.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
real close to it.
Right.
So,
So
if we're
ideally
gonna
we go
stop
there
here,
and we find Johan.
Ideally, we finish whatever you need to do in town before we end the session.
So we can leave next
I'm ready
session.
to go.
Yes, that
I'm ready
way
to go
when
too.
when we do next session, we can just go.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
done in the town.
I'm also good.
Alright.
Let's grab the cart. Head to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we can just
Sure.
end there.
And that's the session.